Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Kind of doing an impromptu stream, excuse me. Welcome Chris, welcome Days. Ooh, so let's talk. What are the plans? I feel like we need to experiment a little more. We're not quite at a roadblock with the game, but I feel like I'm not grasping certain mechanics. So I'm gonna take a look at the cards with you, and we're gonna formulate new strategies, and we're gonna test them out, see how we feel about them. So I think I'm not using certain tiles as efficiently as possible. So thinking back to our runs the other night, in fact, let's switch over to the game. I think we're good. I always forget which one it is. I feel bad. I should know better. Okay, good guess. I need to relabel my scenes, chat. This is what I've learned. So that's fine. The one thing I want to kind of go through with the game itself is I feel like we need to play with the deck a little bit more. So we just picked up our first furniture items, and I think I just realized, also while I was just talking just now, is that that icon beneath each of the buildings, I think is the number of slots you add to the supply. So I was kind of right, but kind of not right. So the supply depot added a lot of slots for furniture, so this will be more important later in the game. I just wanted to make that observation. But I want to go back to the deck building. So what do I feel worked? What do I feel doesn't work? I might skip the battlefield. I don't feel like that was all that great. Spider Cocoon, I think was actually surprisingly good. We can mitigate the downside of Vampire Mansion with Road Lantern if I don't want to fight a lot of vampires, because that's my big concern. If we could stop enemies from stacking on Vampire Mansion is actually really not that bad. They'll leave the treasury for now in the background. One thing I was thinking about for a little bit of a differentiation is I also feel like Village and Wheat Fields weren't too bad. We might end up having a separate deck just for this. Let's see, can we... What would be the most ridiculous thing I could do? Could do for chapter 1. So let me restart and let me think about this in terms of cards we should be using. Treasury is okay. I don't really need this per se. I'm not going for resources at the moment. I think what I want to try to experiment is with these items and see how we do with this. So I was thinking about this yesterday. Mechanics we didn't really touch. So Grove, we abused the fact that enemies that have less than 15% health get killed by the Blood Grove. Now that was pretty useful. Now one thing I didn't talk about or try to experiment with is, does the Blood Grove work on bosses? Because taking more than 15% away from a boss's health is actually pretty huge. So I'm thinking going forward, right, just thinking about it out loud, if we put groves near the main area and then a blood grove so it touches a camp, we should be able to kill a boss quicker, in theory. Now, one thing I want to experiment with, I don't know if I want wheat fields or not. I'm gonna actually remove these for now. I did like the combination of Vampire Mansion and Village. I just feel like I need to use road lanterns to make it more manageable. We never got to see what the improved village was like, and it could be really good. Now, the downside, of course, is that we do have like a tougher journey ahead of us. So, I mean, I don't feel like the summon enemy from this was too bad. I guess I could add this back in. But I want to keep the deck size relatively small. We'll see how we feel about it. So I'm gonna go back to... We'll try one of each class until we basically get through chapter 2. But I want to see if this new approach, based off of, you know, what I recall from playing yesterday, is better or not than what we had before. One thing I'm also kind of noticing, I might just take regen per second over vampirism. I'll be honest with you, chat. I mean, like, it was healing like 5 or 6 a hit, but I feel like the time it takes to attack, that regen per second is still actually better. So I think I might just ignore vampirism going forward. It did feel a bit underwhelming to see it, like, at 8% I only got 5 health. Honestly, nothing. Let's see if this new strategy works. I do think this spider cocoon, I think we'll even use on the rogue. And the reason I want to say this is because, you know, originally I was concerned because we're summoning a lot of enemies. But in particular for the rogue, now that we've played a few runs with him, I just feel like every time we get a kill, we get more cards. Or in the rogue's case, we get more resources. So I feel like this is just kind of like an early generator of tokens. So I kind of just want to fight this a lot. I'm going to try to put it ahead of us because I actually do want to get into fights here. So I think that was part of the problem, is when I moved away from the spider cocoon, I feel like compared to when we did chapter 1, we had way less tiles overall. So if I put this ahead of me, hopefully we'll fight a spider. That is the thought process here. I don't think I want any of these on right now, actually. Oh, treasury. I'll put this in the corner. And harpies were honestly not too bad. I feel as long as I get health regen, I think I could complete it. I think the benefit of having the max health increase outweighs the fear of the harpy, but I just won't complete it right away. Yeah, see that? We got an extra item out of that, which is pretty good. Let's get our health regen. Got our first vampire mansion. I'll put it like here-ish. Put a meadow down just so I get more general health going. Another rock wouldn't hurt. So ideally I want to put a village immediately next to the vampire mansion, but we'll see what happens. A grove. I want to start setting this up. I'm going to put it like right before we go to exit. Now we have a decent amount of card generation. I do want to see what Swamp does eventually, but I'm not in a rush. Oh, evasion damage to all pure damage. Perfect. And let's start our little session going. So the earlier I think we could get the village down with the Vampire Mansion combo, I think the better off that we are. Go ahead and do that. That should help with performance a little bit. Oh, realized I had something else open I don't really need open. Let me close this. Give me 1 second, chat. There we go. See, towards the end of the month, really want to try it. So actually, I misspoke. I want to correct. Thank you for bringing that up, actually. So it's actually not as much as I thought it was. I think I was looking at Cult of the Lamb and a couple other games that were $24, and I was thinking on sale it was $18, which is true. They were at one point. But this game is actually only $15, and I did not spend $15 on it. I think I spent only $11 after tax, which is a lot better than I was thinking. I double-checked that, actually, after the stream. I was like, wait a minute. So if I use the lantern here, I could stop this from being too brutal. Yeah, there we go. That's a much better strategy. That way, the guaranteed hard fight is now way easier. We'll leave the spiders as is for now. I could combine the spiders and groves, potentially, together if I really want to. Even though there was a lot of enemies there, look how many rocks we ended up getting. Just as bonus health for us. Put another grove down. Like, we're not losing a ton of health. And more importantly, we're getting that trade experience up. I don't think I'm going to place another vampire mansion. I feel like vampire mansions are like, I kind of want a one and done unless we get another village. Don't really want to make the surrounding area harder. Right now our overall health is looking pretty good. Yeah. Oh, now we have another village. Wait, if I do this, does it also immediately convert, or does it have to touch? Because in the future, it might have been better to put the house here, so I could have had 2 villages like this back-to-back. Do I risk it, or do I just set up a new house? I think I'd set up a new house. So I think in the future, if I want to play a little better and a little smarter, I think I put these a little differently to each other. Did it really spawn a bandit camp right next to where I wanted it? That sucks. That actually sucked. Okay, a lot of extra health, which is good. I'm not really seeing too many crazy good items, unfortunately. At least we're at full health. I don't know why we're not fighting the vampire. I'm getting really concerned. Why are we fighting the ghouls over him? Oh, can I, like, not target him until everything else is dead? Because that's kind of scary. Defense, attack, speed, evasion? Absolutely. Let's go ahead and complete the treasury here. So I might be dead here. Unfortunately. Okay, so that's something I didn't really understand. I can't target the vampire until I kill the ghouls. Unfortunate. If I get really lucky, I can level up and get something I need right now. None of these are what I want. I don't think I'm gonna be the survivor. Maybe I'll get lucky. Yeah, this is kind of tough. Alright, so we need another Road Lantern ASAP. So I think I had the right strategy. I think I just got over aggressive with the vampire mansions. I might do this just to get more health. Yeah, let's do that. We're really just hoping for some regen gear, and that'll kind of balance things out, but we'll see. Also, I didn't mean to put the grove all the way over there. Oh well. I gained a little bit of health on that one. It's gonna be really tight. I think we can do it. I just need to get a little better equipment, and I think we'll be fine. I think getting evasion helped. But you can see, like, I'm at loop 3, and I'm still using, like, a level 1 weapon. It's kind of bad. I think that's actually about equal in strength. That's kind of sad. I'm gonna put another meadow down. Maybe it'll save us. We'll see. I think this might be GG here. We'll see. We're getting through it. Okay, I think 12 to 8 damage is more important, so we're gonna go ahead and take that. Come on, we just need something a little better. Getting through those fighters is gonna be something. I'm gonna try pushing it to the end, because, again, I need to understand the limits of our character a bit better. Getting more max health makes the next trip a little easier, so I'm gonna spam this. If only we could get a ring or a weapon. Now I feel like we're just getting bad RNG. I don't think I misplayed here, other than the Vampire Mansion. So note to self, we're only doing one Vampire Mansion going forward. I could Oblivion what we're about to fight. Just to stand some small semblance of a chance. Okay, so note to self. Only do one Vampire Mansion at a time. I want to retry this strategy. I think I had the right idea. I just got both unlucky with items and also, I think, overzealous. So we might die here. We'll see. Yeah, okay. That's fine. It's fine. I want to try that again. See, now we've learned. I think that was my mistake there. But more importantly, we could create the Intel Center. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's build it over here-ish. So, here's what we know so far. The world consists of darkness and fragments of your memories. And this doesn't stay the same for long. Nothing is stable. But that's not completely true. There's some key memories that drastically change everything. As we keep notes of your expeditions, the pieces start starting to form a bigger picture. It'd be much easier if everything wasn't so shapeless. Remember, all knowledge is priceless, so please share it with us. Together we'll decide how to use it best. Got an encyclopedia. This tells us what the tiles do. Oh, now it'll teach us the enemy abilities. Every fourth attack that hits the chest will hurt the attacker. Interesting. Do we have, like, lore on each of the... I'm not going to read the lore for each character. Yeah, the Goblin Leader is ridiculous. There's 6 bosses. Interesting. I don't know why Has a Soul is there. I don't know if that's an important mechanic for later. Yeah, again, I don't feel like the spiders were the problem. I think I just got a little overzealous. So I think I have to be okay with cards getting burned. Let's try that again. Oh, we got Desert now. What does Desert do? Lowers every creature's health by 0.5%. You know, this would actually be really good in the Rogue deck and the Necromancer deck, because, like, I have Magic Shield health on the Rogue. Or not on the Rogue, on the Necromancer. And the Rogue just wants to kill things instantly. I don't know if this also applies to summons for the Necromancer, but I don't think it makes a big difference. Ancestral Crypt. Final resting place of Ancient Family. Plus 3 HP for every enemy killed with the soul. Removes HP bonus from all armor. Is the hero 1 resurrection with health per expedition. Oh. That's very interesting. I think we could give this a shot. I think this is, I could see this being kind of free on the Necromancer, because I didn't even use health bonus mostly from the Necromancer at all. In fact, do they even have... Wait, they don't even have armor, right? Oh, so this is just like the best buff ever for Necromancer. So I get a free revive. I lose HP bonus from an armor I don't have, and I get health for everything I kill. Alright, well, we're definitely playing Necromancer soon, chat. This looks like pretty good. I just don't know if this is worth it on the Warrior. Like, we actually didn't really benefit a lot from his max health yet. I'll give it a try. I don't think it'll be good for us, but I'd rather see it and understand more. I can place it at any time, interestingly. Does that mean, like, after I do this? Oh, I didn't want to go into combat, actually. If I put it in the middle, like here, or something like that, does that immediately remove my health? It does. Okay. Just wanted to verify. I still get health from the mountains and things like that. Counter. I think counter was only working if I was struck, if I was looking at that correctly. It was kind of hard to tell. I think that's why you have the ability to evade and deal damage. I think counter only works on when you get hit. Regen per second and counter rate? Okay. Do slimes not have souls? Oh, well that's a problem. We're not gonna place the Vampire Mansion quite yet. Now I'll consider doing it. Hopefully this will be good enough. We might just die here instantly, but I'd rather find out together. Like, if you get a really early loop, is it still, like, ridiculously hard? Why is the vampire here? That's unfortunate. I mean, at least I got some last second shielding. Ooh, more regen health. Perfect. No interesting layers, though. I'm gonna put a spider nest, like, right here, maybe. Get a little bit of last second health. Maybe we'll be okay. Okay, so... Okay, let's not go for Ancestral Crypt again on this character. I mean, we'll keep doing the run, don't get me wrong. But it's very risky. I think we'll chill out on having too many more spawns. We'll just try to focus on doing the loops. Now, unfortunately, we're not getting a good weapon, so again, bad RNG again. Oh my, it summoned a vampire in the slime token area? That sucks. Oh, big damage up. We'll take that. I wish I had that earlier. That would have saved us a lot of time. I could place a village just to get healing. I think that is actually worth it. I just don't want it to get hit by Vampire Mansion, so I'm going to put it, like, right here. There we go. So I used the village strategically, and then we're going to go ahead and use a Road Lantern. So if I could reduce how many fights are here, I think this would be huge for us. We're definitely going to do that. That should be a bit more tolerable. The one less ghoul that I have to fight, so should be an easier pass. If I had more health, I would have placed more, what is it called? The groves. Right now I'm a little worried about our survivability. I'm gonna go ahead and just do some random meadows. Just to try to get a tiny bit more health. So we're making a comeback. Goblin spawn at the worst spot. So I think we'll be at mostly full health, which is kind of nice. Getting a little more overall health. How are we doing ring-wise? Is that any good? No. Okay, we should be fine through the spiders. Even if one of them's a quest monster. We get another village. Again, if I'm desperate, I'll place the village, because I can view this as emergency healing, which I think is a good way of viewing it. So hopefully we'll be okay through here. We'll find out. Okay, that one lantern made a huge difference for us, I'm not gonna lie. More overall health, which doesn't do anything. Regen 2.4? Oh, get on my character right now. Get on this character right now. Oh, I died right as I killed the goblin. But we could resurrect. We get one free revive. So yeah, I think the issue is that we're fighting a lot of things that don't have souls. I thought the slimes had souls. I guess it kind of makes sense that they don't, maybe. So we'll not do that going forward. I think I need the max health, not for general health, but more just for potions. At least the bandits will give us more health. Hopefully, or shoot dismiss repeatedly. Can also do that, I guess. I'll put one grove right here. Yeah, we haven't picked up any furniture, so I don't feel too bad about losing things. Oh, getting an Oracle of Protection? Oh, maybe we can actually continue the loop then. Because that's kind of big for us. Oh, and another lantern? Oh, this is huge, actually. That just made this way more tolerable. Okay, I'm gonna continue the loop just because we got a second lantern. Like, I kid you not, like, that is actually so big for us right now. Get a little more overall healing per day. It could make a difference. Oh, we have something. Attack speed and evasion. Yes. Okay, our armor is looking a lot better. I could summon another pit of spiders, which I think I will. Another one here, and I could put a grove here as well. Your health regen's already looking amazing. I can already have a blood grove. Nice. Oh, I could have put the vampire thing here, and I could have used that on the vampires. Oh, I need to start thinking about that, because the Blood Grove is actually going to help us a lot with the vampires. Let's do this, so I get an easy kill. Yeah, there we go. I think we're setting up our strategy. I'm learning a bit more, chat. Looks like our health is basically at full. I think we're finally on the road to victory. It was a little rough. Got another treasury? Sure, we'll put one, like, right here. Okay, we got it going now. And again, the spiders give more overall health, so I want to fight more of them, I think. Or not, they don't count as souls. Okay. Well, the wolf should count as souls, right? Or is it because they're getting killed by the Blood Grove? Oh no, I get health. Apparently spiders don't have souls, chat. Confirmed. Yeah, way less things give souls than I thought. Guess I'll expand that so we can see our resources at any given moment. I think I'm actually gonna summon the Harpy now. That way I can feel free to get those bonuses. I'm gonna put another grove down then. Yeah, that's not too bad. We're back at 2 healing. I'm at full health. Yeah, like this right here is gonna let me get through the boss, quote unquote. That is much better. Like, still not great, but a lot better. Come on, evasion. Where's our evasion, chat? I think I want to fight as many spiders as possible. I'm gonna summon more spiders here. And another grove here. So yeah, we can kind of mitigate the downside of the village. It really wants me to do another one there. I mean, technically, if I put another vampire mansion here, it wouldn't be too terrible. But again, I want to see this thing upgrade. Counts lands. Heal 75 health. Okay, I think we got through the hard part then. Also, we're having, like, a big moment of, oops, all vampire stuff over there. So this is actually pretty good then. It gives you a quest with a better reward. Okay. So it went from healing, I think it was 35 to 75? Let's find out together, chat. I guess I could put a village here. Let's deal with that. We still have 1 potion, which is good. We leveled up. Deals 1.5 for every potion used since trade is taken. Yeah, I think we need to get as much damage as possible. I don't like that there's a goblin boss in front of us. That could kill us. I might just Oblivion them. I really don't want to deal with them. Okay, we'll fail the quest. It doesn't matter. Yeah, my survival is more important than whatever it was trying to give me. So we are out of potions, but I feel pretty good about this overall. Let's focus on completing a treasury. That is a lot of enemies between us and there. Oh, did it spawn another quest because I killed the other one? Oh, I thought that would make the quest go away long term. Wish I knew that, actually. Road lantern. I think it's time we reduce the number of enemies here. And I made the quest fail, but that's fine. I think that was the best call. Pretty much our only chance of getting through this. And even then, I'm not sure if we'll do it. No. So, right idea. But I think the other thing was not useful for us. So, all I view this as is a learning experience. Can I make anything else now? Getting close. I need more stone and wood. River. Unbelievable actually was here all along. Nice place to chosen set up camp. Forest. Near the majestic rustle of leaves from the edge of the camp. I'm curious what these will end up doing. Watchtower. One crossbow will help you from each tower in battles on tiles adjacent to the campfire. Only applies to battle with normal enemies. You have to deal with normal bosses yourself. This is actually perfect for the strategy I was going for. So Watchtower would just kind of add to that. So we're going to do one more run with this, and then we'll try the Necromancer. I'm going to turn this off, since there's not as much that gave me health as I was hoping. Yeah, this is probably okay. Okay, let's try one more time. Immediately got a Blood Grove I can't do anything with. Thank you, game. So I think this strategy is pretty sound. We just have to not rush the Vampire Mansion. That's all I'm learning. Attack speed up. Oh, we're actually getting a treasure early. Sure. That is a lot of spider cocoons. Put it right near the exit. Although, it's kind of a weird spot for the Blood Grove. I don't know how I feel about that. Thinking about things. I don't want to put the mansion... Well, where would the mansion go? I guess the mansion would go here. It would impact these tiles. I could just take the quest here. Kind of a weird layout. I needed to think about that a bit more. Possible misplay there. Do counter damage. Wow, we really have nothing. Quest done. Nice. I mean, I could just reduce encounters here. It wouldn't be the worst thing ever. So if the mansion is here, probably want something like this that reduces as much from the village as possible. So let's set up for the mansion. Because we could only fight one ghoul, honestly, that's not too bad. So we need a grove here. Oh, no, I need a grove here. Because that way I could put the Blood Grove up here. Yeah, let's put it like right there. Okay. Health regen is okay. I'm hoping for a health regen ring. I don't know if like equipping rings that give me things I don't want means that I don't get the other ones as often. And I guess I'll put an attack speed ring on just for now. I'll get healing right before the big fight. Counter, evasion, pure damage. Okay. Shield, way higher defense. Nice. Okay, we're basically still at full health. Damage up for free. We're gonna take that for sure. Evasion up. Yes. Okay, so our survivability is much better in this build overall. We're taking it slow with the mansion. Not that I have a mansion to play. And due to the number of enemies we're killing, we are getting a pretty high number of cards again. So I do think Spider Cocoon is one of my favorite cards. I think we're going to be seeing that basically in every single thing that we do. They don't do like a ton of damage. That's all that really matters. Ooh, regen. I think I want that right now. Yeah, we just have to be a little less zealous with the cards. This is probably good for now. If I could get one more lantern, I'll place down a Vampire Mansion. Or if I could finally get a good rare, we'll see. We'll hold off on the Harpy for a little bit longer. That is a lot of meadows. Again, we're kind of buffing up our health regen per trip, or per day, I mean. Come on, new item. 10 to 16 defense regen. Oh, perfect. Shield is vampirism and the same defense. It says 9, but it gives 2. This is just overall pretty good. So we're in a pretty good shape if I do want to do the Vampire Mansion now, I think. But now we just need to draw it. As you can see, our damage is pretty good now. We get healing right before we go into the Grove, which is good. Now, technically more enemies will spawn, like the Gargoyle, eventually. Oh, there's the Blood Grove. I can place it right here, make my life easier. Another meadow down, why not? Get some extra healing. Taking a lot of damage here, but we are regenning an okay amount. Yeah, lost 100 health for one of those. But again, that doesn't account for how much health regen I'm getting over here. %5 chance to spawn. Let's reroll. Every counter heals the hero if your hit point is low. We'll do Survivalist. Game, please. Thank you. Damage up to all? Sure. Oh, wait. HP regen 1.2? Never mind. 1.8 from the ring? Oh, we're good. Oh, we're good now. Okay, we've basically attained invincibility, so I think we're good. It got a little scary there, don't get me wrong. But I think we're fine now. Again, the higher health that we have, the more often that health regen will kick in. Look how high that is. Okay, we got the build going, chat. We're good. Had a little bit of a scare, but I think we're fine now. We'll get a little health from vampirism, but it doesn't really matter. We could do Vampire Mansion now. Yeah, let's do it. Regen down. I want to wear this ring. I guess if I'm scared of dying, I'll swap into it. Let's get more overall health. Okay, we're above half health before we're gonna fight the other thing. I also just got a random road lantern, which I am definitely putting here. So that's gonna make that fight way easier. Oh, that feels a lot better, chat. I think we got this. We're actually gaining health. Nice. 18 to 22. We lose a little bit of health regen, but I think that damage is kind of big. We're gonna switch over. Yeah, it lets us two-shot. That's definitely big. We'll get some meadows here. That is looking pretty good, chat. I'm pretty sure you agree. It's looking a lot better. You get another Blood Grove, but I don't see the point of stacking them near each other yet. Examine another random spider. How do I feel about that? I could do a Grove and then a Blood Grove. Maybe that would be ideal. Like, I could do something like this. Yeah, let's do something like that. That way they're just faster kills. So in case these end up being a boss, we weaken them a bit. Go ahead and complete the treasury. Put a meadow there, just so I could get better healing. Ooh. Ooh, really bad items. Ew. Disappointed, chat. Yeah, vampirism I don't super care about. Oh, we got another lantern? Ooh, I can't reduce it further. Now they're positioned. I could do this for now to make the goblins a little less horrendous. Yeah, let's do that. Let's make them a bit less horrendous so they don't spawn more. Free. I could start building over there to make it more worthwhile. I did not mean to put a village there. I thought I selected Grove. That is really unlucky. That's exactly where I didn't want it. That sucks. I must have hit the D-pad while I was positioning it and not realized it. I wanted to put a Grove there, and that might cost us the run. We'll see. I'll leave it alone for now. Because if I was going to put another village, I wanted to put it over here, actually. But oh well. Yeah, unfortunate. I didn't realize I did it until too late. I think the problem with it is that the bottom of my screen is slightly cut off, because I'm viewing it in windowed. I probably need to reposition it slightly. So I didn't see which card I actually had selected. I just assumed it was on the right one still. I must have like slipped it like that when I went to select it. Unfortunate. Oh well, we'll go forward for now. I mean, at least I seem to have all my healing potions, which is nice. Once we clear the other area up, I'm gonna switch over. Yeah, these guys hit for a lot of damage. Defense up, maybe. I just feel like our life regen is so high. I might just leave it as is. I said before, I do want to set up for another village, so I think we'll put another lantern there. Better cocoons, I don't really care about you right now. I can put one of them here, just for another fight, I guess. Better ring? I mean, like, we just need health regen. It doesn't feel like it should be that hard to attain, but here we are, chat. Hello, random vampire. I'm not really concerned about, unless he keeps spawning stuff like that. Go ahead and increase our max health a little more. And we don't have another treasury. Put another grove here. I don't think there's really a downside to this. I'll also put a grove here. I don't think there's any downside to that. Please don't die. No! Live! Alright, we need more damage, or a stun. I'm gonna believe in the stun. Ooh, that was close. And again, it's mostly just because we can't get health regen. Like, we have everything but health regen, which is brutal. Man, bad armor, chat. Thank you. Ooh, more damage. I think we're dead, though. Yeah. Unfortunately, I just feel like we got lucky, because I would have ended it there. We just never got another regen. I think that was the strategy. I think I misplaced the village, but that didn't ultimately lead to why I lost. Anyway, I did promise we're going to play other classes. So, I think that is the strategy. It's just, we literally just didn't get any weapons at all. Like, we're playing with a gray weapon. Like, come on, chat. That was bad. That was really bad RNG. We had like good health regen on the armor, and that was it, legit. Anyway, let's play with this. We're gonna have a slightly alternate set, so I really don't want to fight the vampire mansions. I do want to fight the spiders. What else has a soul? The grove does. I don't know if the swamp does. We could see if that does anything. The ruins probably do. I don't really want the battlefield. Some of the crypt. Don't want the beacon. Desert lowers enemy health. I think we do want this. I don't know what sand dunes are. I guess they're just upgraded versions of desert, maybe. Do I really need rock if I have ancestral crypt? I feel like I don't. We'll try without rock. 1% of base HP. Oh, interesting. So that's probably why our health got a little crazy before. So I don't know if I need Blood Grove. I mean, I guess it's okay to have. Do I really want Cemetery? Hold on, we gotta consult the encyclopedia. This is one of the few times I'm gonna go back. Do skeletons do have a soul? See, like, I would not have thought that had I not looked at the encyclopedia. Do you know what I mean, chat? I'm assuming the worms have souls, right? Spiders don't, but I still think they're pretty good. Rat wolves do. Where is the scorchworm? Has a soul. Okay. I'll get rid of ruins for now. We'll just try swamp. I don't want to have too many tiles. Makes sense. Spider cocoon I think is still good for getting general bonuses. Let's see how we feel about this build, chat. I really wish we could start them with something other than Warriors Guild. Or build. Maybe that's what the smelter does. 30 to base HP. Let's go ahead and play the Necromancer. See how we feel about this. Stop. No! I wanted to set the pieces. No, we lost health. Sucks. I'm gonna put this over here. Probably right here is fine, actually. Maybe more like here. Yeah, we want to get this started as soon as possible. I want to make sure we fight enemies at the end, so I'm gonna cocoon here. Put a meadow near it. So we don't have armor anyway. So any kill we get here is just benefit to us. Skeleton level. Yeah, exactly. I would have thought the spiders would have had a soul. Maybe they just thought it was too powerful. But like from a lore standpoint, I don't think that really makes any sense. That's fine. First desert tiles. Where it's in its path. No, okay, so this also affects us. So if I start placing this, for example, so we're at 256. We lose 2 health. But that's okay, because we get health every time we get a kill later on. So I think we'll outscale how much we lose. So we'll put a defense ring on. I don't know if that helps Magic Shield or not. Grove right at the end. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, see, these multiple enemies just gave us a cemetery. It's pretty good. So I think what we could do is put a cemetery here, and then to make them not as ridiculous, we immediately put a lantern next to them. I think that was our mistake last... Oh, skeleton max +1? Oh. Chat, well then. Okay. So yeah, as long as we control the skeletons from spawning there, I think we won't get one shot as hard. So I'm just gonna keep doing this. There's really no downside to this. I have a magical shield, which I don't think is lowered at all from what I'm seeing. Why does it say the skeleton level is lower? That's actually not true. Chat, somebody didn't do their math correctly. 8.87 equals 0.87. Nice try game. Defense or evasion? We'll take evasion. Okay. Sand Dune lowers by 1%. Meadow. We'll start putting them over here. Put one more grove down. So again, it just means our skeletons have less to get through. I don't know if they get weaker. I guess we'll find out eventually. Another cemetery there. Why not? Swamp. Once a mosquito every 3 days. All healing effects are lethal here, except for potions are on your side. I'm not sure what they do. I could put a swamp there. Hopefully this is not a huge mistake that costs run, but we'll find out. I think I'll hold off on putting more swamps. I want to see what they do first. I think we have enough damaging, or enough enemy spawning ones that we should be okay. Speaking of which, Blood Grove, perfect. If I want to, I could put another swamp down. Ziggurat. Sands are trying to help rebuild the world. This result spawns a Desert Spirit each loop. Desert Spirit has a 33% chance to join a battle anywhere on the road. Appears for every 7. Ooh. Okay. Well, since we already triggered that, might as well put another one, right, chat? Lots of enemies here. We need skeleton quality at some point. That would help significantly here. Speaking of which, I'm gonna take that over evasion. I think having the upgraded skeletons is kind of key. You. So it speaks. What kind of creature are you? I used to be like you at first, but then the sands took me. Now I'm but a handful of quartz grains bound by primordial magic. I have knowledge and, more importantly, insight. We are unstable, fleeting, and so is this land. More amorphous than the ever-shifting sands. You are the least elusive of us all. We need your help. At last, I've been waiting to hear this. No one seems to realize what's happening. Everyone just pretends like things have always been this way. I truly want to help someone. We speak of different things. You are a constant existence. Sand and magic can do a lot. We need to persist long enough. We barely take shape before we are gone again. I want you to follow me down the path of heat and sun. You shall become one of us, and a new chance for the desert. A layer of sand that persists, lively and vast. We shall fill this cold void to the brim. Overfill it even. You want me to become sand? No way. We'll fall apart in due time, sure. I'm not going down that easy. And I will resist now. Come on, we need him. Please don't die. Oh, we got a revive here. That's unfortunate. I think we just got really unlucky again. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I feel like we're just missing a little something to complete ourselves here. Wow, he is really strong. So I think if we do this again, I'm gonna take it way slower on the deserts. I used to resist it too when I was alive. I regretted it once I was reborn. So shall you one day. We'll see about that. Well, since I've already made the mistake of doing this, we might as well just put another dune. Okay, so putting them all together doesn't create a super terrain. Oh, well, no, wait, I could Oblivion him. Well, let's do that. Hold on. I thought about restarting the run, but you know what? We have a handy button called No Way to that. Let's, as I said before, just keep reducing number of overall encounters. This is probably the best placement I can ask for. Now a mosquito has spawned. I don't really know what they're about. Hopefully they're not too horrendous. Yeah, we banned the Ziggurat. I think that's what we're gonna do. And again, like, we keep lowering their health and our health, but more importantly, our magic shield health is the same. So the faster we can spawn that, I think the better. It also means I could put desert tiles around the buildings, but then I don't benefit as much from meadow. Yeah, just having random summon quality up I think is good. We just need attack speed up mostly. Speaking of which, regen, attack speed, and skeleton summon. Wow, everything I wanted in one weapon, chat. Okay, I think our survivability went way up. I think we could all agree. We know that's huge. Let's see, there's 9, so I could put a few more without any penalty. Let's try to get a treasury on the next loop, I think. I did not mean to place it there. That is unfortunate. Okay, so we have a means of slowly regaining health. Got another blood grove. I don't think I could do anything with that currently. Okay, so we have better summoning speed, so we're not in like infinite loops with them. Lots of swamps, but I'm afraid to play them. Okay, we gotta level up. Each ally heals a hero when it dies. I think we need this. I think that's gonna keep us alive in the long term. I'm gonna wait for the loop before I hand this in, because I think we'll get better treasure. Now we have a ton of potential sustain here. Though we could get rid of max skeletons or summon quality. Don't think either of those are good choices. Skeleton level, I think, is good. I think we need to basically keep it on pace with, oh, better shield. Keep it on pace with maybe the loop level is the idea. That way you don't fall too far behind. Ooh, tough fight, but we got through it. Don't want to give up our summon quality. I just wish we had a better magical shield. So I'll place a couple more. If I place one more, I have to use an Oblivion, which I think is fine. Yeah. Ooh, that's a big dip. I might take this, because that is skeleton level. Because I think that influences how much damage they do. Which is kind of nice. Oh, good one? Oh, just a vast improvement? Sure. Attack speed and summon quality? Perfect. Now I could potentially get rid of my other summon quality one if I need to. Good one that gave us max skeletons, though. I'll leave it as is for now. Put another treasury down. Unfortunately, I have to put it in kind of a weird spot. Okay, how bad are mosquitoes? Oh, they just explode at the end of turn. Interesting. Attack speed regen. Again, I wish we had summon quality from something else. I'll hold on to 2 of these, I guess. The rest I'll let just go away. Okay. There we go. We're gonna nerf how much is in the encounter, chat. Oh, wait a minute. So wait, well, hold on. Wait, if you have mosquitoes and they kill everything on the screen, should I actually be using Swamp and Vampire Lord? Right? Because right now the big issue is they have a lot of enemies. But if you could force a mosquito to be with the Vampire Lord, wouldn't that make them die really quickly? I think that is worth exploring. I am now very interested in this. I don't want to fight in the swamp directly, but it seems like kind of free XP simultaneously. Yeah, it might be worth a try. I don't know if that means health regen really penalizes me there. I'm gonna pay attention next time I'm in the swamp. Wow, we are reducing total health by quite a lot, chat. It's a little spooky. But hey, I mean, I guess if we just constantly get a lot of health from this, we should be fine. Yeah, that attack speed up is so big for us. I wish we had other things that could give attack speed. I don't know if we could get more items later on that do it, or traits. 'Cause right now, that's just our big issues. We're just not summoning fast enough. Like, it's not really our fault. Like, it's just not much else we could do about it. Jeweler's Lens. Summon quality, skeleton level, evasion. I lose 2% summon quality, but I get level. I'll leave it as is. Oh, big enemy. I notice I don't have any health regen anymore. So same attack speed, same summon quality, but I get level and better shield. Okay. Probably for the best. No healing is kind of scary. I don't know if I really benefit from max skeletons on anything other than bosses. I don't know. I mean, for now, I'll leave it, but... I mean, good thing when they die, it heals us, so we have some form of regen. Let's keep lowering their health, chat. I think this is overall benefiting us rather than hurting us. I can use the thing to kill the ziggurat. Nice. Lots of meadows. I guess now that we've completed the loop, I should complete the treasury to see what we get. We got another book. No attack speed. Ooh, that might be a deal breaker. Plus, it's lower skeleton level. Even with the other number factored in. Not liking our choices there, chat. Yeah, we're wounding the enemies quite heavily, so it shouldn't be too bad. Less time spent with them is amazing. I could get regen here, but I lose summon quality. I think that's worth it. So I can kill them fast enough that they don't do anything. Interesting. Please kill our other minion. Oh, not quite. We're killing them too quickly, chat. My bad. I mean, I could probably afford to put another spider nest down, I guess. Oh, wait, they don't have souls. I don't want that, actually. Well, then I will put another grove here. I mean, we have enough lanterns over there. It should be pretty much worth it. I could get another treasury, I guess. And we got absolutely nothing. Thanks, game. Guess I could just play one more of these. Should just make life easier for me. Yeah, let's do that. The swamp actually seems kind of good. I don't know if the mosquitoes can venture from their place. They do make whatever they spawn on much easier. They could put, like, just some mosquitoes here. I don't see any downside to this. They don't seem to give any resources by walking over them. But potentially it is just free health, so I really should try to take advantage of it. Okay, they killed our minion, which healed us. Again, we're doing pretty fine. You can see they're really not lasting very long at all, which is good. Another road lantern? Sure. Let's nerf the skeletons, I think. I think that's a good call. That way we're not fighting like 4 of them, because they are kind of monstrous. I'm kind of liking this strategy. We're not getting a lot of overall health. Like, in fact, our health is quite terrible, but... we're, like, doing just well enough that it doesn't matter. Summon quality, 28%. Evasion up, defense and skeleton level. Okay, well, we're gonna replace that one. I don't even know if I need evasion, per se. We'll see. That enemy just killed our other allies, so that was useful. Attack speed might be useful. I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna get rid of the other ones that we have. I don't think I'm ever gonna swap into those. Is that defense regen attack speed? Might be the difference between us living and not. Again, we're heavily nerfing the skeletons. I don't want to see them at all, chat. Okay, we got one of those. I got a spare Oblivion for that. Meadow-wise, I guess I'll put one over here. So whenever we go to fight a boss, the boss is going to have like 20% less health, and we have a blood grove near the boss. So think about it this way. It's going to be pretty easy to kill the boss, as long as we can survive to that point. Speaking of which, I have a point. Hero gets +5 for every summoned skeleton for the rest of the encounter. That might be really good. Yeah, let's do that, actually. Now we have scaling health. I should have used that a bit earlier, for sure. But better late than never, chat. Now we have scaling health on 2 different levels, which I think is good. Yeah, considering we're probably going to do at least 2 more loops, it'll probably give us like 20 more health. If not more. The magic shield's already at 102 without going too crazy, which is nice. So the more fights overall that we get, the better. That's at 103, 104. Okay, that's like 1 health every time we get into a fight. Not bad. Yeah, see, they're not even piercing through it anymore, which I think is really good. A really high evasion ring, but I really don't want it. A book that doesn't give as much attack speed. Not interested. The bonus health kicking in, which is kind of nice. Another treasury. Guess I can put it over here. Cemetery, sure, we'll put like 1 more here. Why not? Get free resources. I lost track of how many Dune tiles I played, so I'm not gonna play anymore for a bit. And keep in mind, every time they die for us, chat, it's just more healing. It's kind of nice. So now we went from 103 magic shield to 114, which is pretty good. But I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 29. So we just got the Ziggurat one, I guess, if I counted correctly. Let's just keep lowering their health. I'm basically back at full. Put another meadow down. Again, our daily healing is kind of insane right now, given how low our health is. And now we have scaling health, which is good. So we scaling health from kills, but also the more skeletons we fight, the better. Just killing them in general, that's just how much health? Oh, it always gives 3 health? Ooh. So it's 3 even with the health penalty. That is really interesting. Mosquitoes have souls, nice. Okay, let's put some more mosquitoes down then, chat. These enemies seem like just free XP. You know what, I can even put another grove down, I don't think it matters. Let's start scaling our health faster. I can already see the enemies having a lot of trouble getting through our shield, which is scaling pretty well. If only we had something else that gave max skeleton level. Lose attack speed, but get way higher skeleton level. This might be worth it. Let's see. I mean, they basically 2-shot him there. That was kind of crazy. Could put a blood grove here to make the fights easier. Let's do that. Silverware, sure. And we're not too far away from the boss, but also not close simultaneously. Yeah, I got 1 Oblivion, so I can keep putting these down for free. I mean, it does seem like we are basically 3-shotting them with skeletons, and our skeleton health doesn't seem that much worse, honestly. I actually don't want to put a lantern down. I mean, I could do it for sanity's sake. I could put like one here, and that's it. Well, I'm feeling pretty good. Let's go ahead and use Oblivion on the Ziggurat. Again, we got another 20 shield just by playing the game. So that's always nice. And the longer battles take, the more health we regen too, which is sick. Oh, I wish he would kill another skeleton. That's unfortunate. Better skeleton level, but I don't know. There needs to be a certain baseline. Oh, we could put another grove here, I think, for free. Now we're accumulating a lot of wood, which we do need for other things, so... Put another swamp, why not? Swamps are just kind of free kills. So actually really liking swamp, even though it doesn't give resource. Just because it's 3 health every time we fight one of these. More or less. Downgraded weapons, unfortunate. Put another desert down. Nice. I mean, they hurt us a little bit directly there, but I don't think it matters. Ooh, now it kind of matters. Save me. Ooh. That was a lot closer than it should have been. Kind of scary, actually. Let's reduce the encounter rate, then, of this area. I have one Oblivion in case I mess up. Yeah, that got kind of close, but I think we're fine. It's mostly just because we have a really dead ring of max skeleton +1. Like, I think we do need it. Maybe? I don't know. At this point, I'm kind of thinking the summon quality might be more useful. Yeah, let's go for this. Small attack speed bonus. A little scary, but we're getting through it, I guess. But we're getting like nothing but the super ones now. That's kind of good. So I do eventually want skeleton max level +1, but I don't think we'll get it at this rate. We're at 137 magic shield, which is pretty good. Could get rid of summon quality for any of these, really. 32% attack speed. Wait a minute. Hold on, wait, this is actually worth taking. I'm going to get rid of probably the rightmost ring, because that's a lot of summons. I really am just looking for max level up. Yeah, see, we have like a minion up almost every second. So if we could just translate that into almost anything else, I think we'd be set. Put another dune down. Actually, I should start putting these around this area, because there's really no downside. Come on, new shields. Okay. Attack speed's the same. I'd lose skeleton level, but summon quality is higher. Take that then. So we'll get through it, Chan. You can see we have a ton of resources, so if I feel like we're not ready for the boss, I'm just gonna call it. I feel like we're doing okay right now. I just don't know if we're ready for the boss. So I think we got kind of unlucky with our ring. But you can see our summon rate is insane. Super good. So now I think we're just lagging behind in skeleton level, which is a bit unfortunate. Speaking of which, that's a big damage level increase. That might save us here, actually. Yeah, that's a huge damage difference. We went from doing 20, chat, to 70. Yeah, that was a big difference. So, skeleton level extremely important. Note to self. Got one spare Oblivion. Yeah, I just wish we had more max skeletons. I think that's the downside right now. We really don't have any. We're gradually getting more scaling magic shield, which is good. Regen 4.2? No, we don't need regen. We just need skeleton stats. So, yeah, skeleton level's super good. That kind of put us up in damage. Oh, attack speed. We lose summon quality, but we get max skeleton +1. I think that's a great trade. That is a great trade. I'll take that all day, chat. Well, we're about to fight the boss. I might just end the run for the resources, chat. But, I mean, we could clearly see that this works. I think we could all agree. Get a level up here. Oh, wait, grants a resurrection. Maybe we do go for the boss. I got the resurrection one. We are doing excellent here, I have to say. Yeah. Oh no, chat, what do you think? Oh, 36% attack speed? Nice, even faster. Went to sleep when you were playing Loop Hero, where you got super addicted. It's kind of fun. I think we're learning a little bit about the metagame strategy. We did summon the boss. Do we go for it, chat? Ooh, love the music. We now have really fast summon skeletons. Chat says, of course. Well, we're gonna go for it then. We're gonna reduce the boss's health. So keep in mind we have a Blood Grove, which will reduce the boss's health by 15%. So basically, if the boss gets to 14%, they instantly die. So, and we've been stacking nothing but health downs. In fact, how much health downs do they have? Can we even see that? So it's 1% less health the boss has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we've already cut the boss's health by 20%, and then the remaining 15% is cut further. And we got a decent odd. Yeah, these lanterns are super nice. I could see them being kind of a downside, though, because you might want more resources. But I feel like we're doing fine here. To keep in mind, every time we summon something, we get 0.5 shield. So I have 248 shield, which is almost greater than my current health anyway. Kind of nice. Little last second health boost there, I guess. 7.2 is lower than what we have, unfortunate. Again, like, we have a lot of room to spare. In fact, let's just keep lowering the boss health. Goodbye, boss health. I lost like 6 health, the boss probably lost like 80 plus. Good trade. Come on, we just need like something solid here. Come on, rare items. We got an Oblivion. We have so much furniture. Play some Meadows, chat. Okay, last second rare items to beat the boss. Max skeletons +1. That's kind of tempting, but we need something better. Nope. Disappointing drops, chat. On the plus side, if a day passes, we basically get full health at this point. To keep in mind, every time they kill one of our skeletons, we get healing. We're okay with regen, surprisingly. 313 health, okay. Yeah, they can't get through our shield at all. Like, we're actually legit just rolling all over them. Hi Ziggurat. I'd like you to not be here when I do the boss fight. Thanks. I need one more random tile to put over there. Hopefully we get it here. Excellent. Ooh, last minute books. So the one on the left has 8%, so better evasion. Summon quality 28%, which is good. I lose a little bit of skeleton level. I think that's actually not worth it, and that is so sad that I have to say that. I really wish I could take this, chat. You have no idea how badly I want to take this, and I can't because we need skeleton level. I'm so upset this doesn't have, instead of defense, if that was skeleton level 2, it would have been GG. That was so close to being the best item we've ever seen. But no, I think I need the raw skeleton level. I really don't want to give up our attack speed because that's what's been helping us get through this. I mean, I'll lock this in place in case I do find this useful, but yeah, the 36% attack speed ring, I also don't think we could give up. It's too powerful. Which is unfortunate because it's not even like it's a rare ring. Attack speed only 4%, don't care about that. Disappointing, chat. Well, I guess we just do our best to get random resources and meadows. So if the fight stalls, I think we basically get full health, which is kind of nice. We're at 260 shield. I think almost all of that is from the bonuses, which is kind of nice. So we're going to lower the boss health even more. Get more health in case the day passes. So we're very, very likely to get healed during this boss fight, given where the timer is, which is really good for us. I don't want to heal here, though, if we can avoid it. Well, we barely avoided it. Oh, we didn't avoid it. Never mind. Rip. I guess we're not going to get healing. And we're going to reduce the boss health as much as possible. We have a lot of resources, so this is very greedy to do the boss. But I'll do a chat once. I think skeleton level is really strong, so I think I was underestimating how good it was. A 2.7 skeleton ring would have been really amazing. Yeah, you can see we have a 191 magic shield, and we got almost 70 extra health out of it, so I think that one pickup was worth it. We get health whenever something dies, we get more magic shield whenever something's resurrected. And we think we burned the revive, unfortunately. We'll do it for chat, we'll stay. Get some plot. Could you please stop? So it's you who's responsible for all this mess. Stop doing what? Stop doing all this. Resisting. Fighting for the old world. He will erase everything anyway. I'm sorry, but that's how it must go. So, a mysterious him again. Expect you're not going to explain who you're talking about, are you? Why wouldn't I? I'm talking about God, of course, chat. ... He created myriads of stars, galaxies, and... Oh, what am I saying? He created everything! And now he's destroying his creation. That's the most absurd thing I've ever heard. Trust me, I heard a lot of absurdities. Why would God want to destroy the world? That's why, what I would call a silly question. You think we have the right to discuss God's motives? He's God, for God's sake. If he is decided, it has to be done. It means there's a reason and a meaning to it. Instead of all your rage and anger, you ought to thank him for the life you've had and spend the time that's left to bid the universe goodbye. No, wait. That's not right. If all that is true, then why am I still able to resist? Why am I able to restore this world piece by piece? It's very slow, but I'm still able to do it. Does that mean your God is having second thoughts? Is he a god at all? If I could go against his will? These are just empty words. You're simply trying to find a reason to say you're unimportant. No. I feel sorry for you in this world, but your efforts are in vain. You can't stop the harvesting scythe of God with a single blade of grass. I shall end you personally. By word or by force, if need be. Well, maybe a blade of grass won't stop a scythe, but it could get into your shoe and hurt like... You know what? Metaphors are really not my thing. Let's see how well your god can protect you. Well, let's find out, chat. Ooh, it's like not... Where's our super skeletons? Hello? Thank you. A little scary we're not getting the super skeletons. We might lose due to this, we'll see. It's very close. Oh, we did it. Good call, chat. The greed paid off. It hurts so much. Each time like the first. I still can't get used to it. Yeah, dying isn't very nice. And that's what the whole world feels right now. Not a great feeling, as you noticed. Now you... Wait, what do you mean, each time? This is not the first time. My faith in the Almighty brings me back to life again and again for the sake of my great mission. To spread His word and preach humility, obedience, and acceptance of the salvation He offers. And each time I fail, no peaceful conversation. Only the lifeless bodies of the heretics, or my own lifeless body. Welcome, Charlie. Hope you're doing well. We're trying out Loop Hero. We just beat a boss. Then why can't you see the desire to survive as a natural part of this world? Also, I meant to say hello, Sir Magic Penguin. My bad. I don't know how or when it happened, but you seem to have misunderstood the motives of the Almighty. Misunderstood? Me? That's impossible. I have faith. I am faith. I don't need to know or prove anything. And you, what are you even trying to achieve? Nothing will ever be like it was anymore. Not even close. I don't know. Maybe it will. I could still try. You're just a fool. That's what you are. We'll meet again. Just let me rest for a while. ... Looks like she's gone. I don't believe her corpse could ever come back to life. And even if it will, just still give her a proper burial. Oh, we're retreating immediately after this. So Shield of Faith, each time a hero cures an enemy who receives a stained glass window, that has a 20% chance to absorb one hit. Ooh. So Shield of Faith seems like the ultimate counter to this boss. Because the boss spawns nothing but enemies. 25% chance the enemy will have less ability in combat, no effect on bosses. Check the target with Blood Lightning with each attack, chances of mystery. I think I'll take Shield of Faith. I mean, like, this is essentially like getting 40 health randomly when we get a kill, or more. That's kind of big. I think I'm gonna take that. Alright, we are definitely retreating. I'm gonna keep all these items we just acquired. But I think otherwise I'm doing fine. I'm a little tired, but it is what it is. Welcome back. Is that a piece of glass sticking out of your shoulder? What? Oh, didn't even notice. Not that my pain tolerance is too high. I'm a bit shocked, to tell the truth. I'm a crazy zealot. Stained glass windows. Owls? I don't know what that word means. Angel silhouettes all around. Holy jamboree, you could say. Oh, halos. It's halos. My bad, chat. The font sometimes gets to me. Let me guess. We're all sinners, and now we're doomed to face the holy wrath in the end times. Only in death shall we find salvation. More like, the god has decided to erase his creation. It has to be done. Please remain patient. Well, that makes some sense if you think about it. Who else would have the power to do such a thing? I disagree. I don't know much about being a god, but I think he'd be able to do it in an instant. Putting it simply, we'd all be dead already. We wouldn't even exist now. Even if the priestess was right, it's not a reason to give up. You know what? We went from a conversation about God to Aru and howling from outer space in parentheses. What was that? Did you hear that? Yeah, it felt horrible. Like someone's coming to get me. Interesting. We didn't unlock any new abilities. However, we got more furniture. Let's see what it does. +2 heroes damage against all undead. Chat, absolutely. All I do is fight undead. What other items can we get? Finding a rare item by 10%. Ooh, nice tool. 0.2 regen if the hero already has it. Oh my gosh, chat, yes. This is perfect for how I play the game. Absolutely. Thank you. We're gonna take that. From god to dog, exactly. It's Shadow Hearts, Chad. It's secretly Shadow Hearts. We're gonna fight the space dog god. It's fine. So we've been building buildings to increase access to different resources. I don't think I actually looked at what some of these did. So we looked at Forest and Library, but I don't know what the cards do by themselves. Actually, I don't think I looked at Library at all. What does this do? Expansion for the Intel Center. The librarians can decipher the information and expand your knowledge of the world. Allows you to unlock additional pages in the encyclopedia in exchange for books and memories. Unlocks the Bookery card. Unlocks the Maze of Memories golden card if the Intel Center is built. I don't see how this wouldn't be built, so that feels a little redundant there. Eventually I do want the smelter, but I think I might want to unlock things like the lumberjack and the bridge and things like that first. Let's go ahead and get the library. Build it over here. Oh, I did not mean to skip that. That was very unfortunate. I was actually trying to go in the menu. So unfortunately, we missed our dialogue with the old man. I could get the forest tile. Maybe it's worth doing. Ooh, interesting. We could put it up here. Wow, it's a forest. Yup, a forest. Solid wood. It's truly unbelievable. Yeah, I get it. Know what a forest is. Shining example of perennial evergreen flora. Are you making fun of me? That's how a log or a plank looks before it dies. So fascinating. Yup, definitely making fun of me. Okay, I meant to hit the circle button, which is how you get into the menu on the side, but it fast-forwarded through the dialogue. So, oops. Yeah, exactly. There's Space Dog from Shadow Hearts. It's the final boss. We unlock Lumberjack. After Expedition gives you one stable branch. Unlocks the ability to craft furniture. Okay, so now we could get different resources. Interesting. What does the war camp does? Increases hero strength by 4%. Ooh. This seems really good for the rogue. So I think once we do that, we might continue forward. But let's take a look at the card we just unlocked. Wherever that is. Here. The Bookery. Replaces 3 of your cards at random whenever you pass by. Collapses after it replaces 20 cards. I'm not a big fan of RNG, so I might pass on that. What does Forest do? Thick Forest, nobody knows, or what could be lurking inside makes you a bit nervous. 1% attack speed. Oh, I could also get Meadows. Wait, this seems really broken on the Necromancer. Chad, is it just me, or is this really broken on the Necromancer? Doesn't that mean if I just have like 20 of these, I just have like permanent massive bonuses? Does nothing, it takes up a lot of space. I mean, if it does nothing, I'm not gonna select it. I guess if you have to hit a certain card minimum, it's good. We could go to the next chapter. Enemies have more abilities that get more resources. We'll give it a shot. I mean, we'll play with the Necromancer a bit longer. I think the attack speed is also pretty good for the Rogue. So if we get the War Camp in that, maybe we'll go back to the Rogue. But I feel like our current lineup is pretty godlike. Each day passes faster. I'll probably get rid of this one, actually. I don't care about Treasure Hunter. Let's disable those. I'd rather get the ones that are defensive. So let's see how difficult this chapter is. Okay, that's our starting path. Interesting. Immediately we could do the Ancestral Crypt, so we might as well just do it. Put it, like, here. Fight swamps. Forests. Forest in the corners. Well, I don't know if stacking them does anything yet, so let's put them over here for now. We're going to reduce the health of everything with the sand dunes. Swamp. Sure, we'll put it, like, here, arbitrarily. That's fine. We got a book, which is good. Spider cocoon. Oh, wait, hold on. I could put the spider cocoon with the swamp. Oh, that's kind of sick. Let's do that, actually. For some reason, mosquitoes explode in this game. So if we force the spiders to spawn with the mosquitoes, I think they basically just auto-kill themselves. It would be super ideal for us. Yeah, I'm putting in them in kind of random spots for now. On another forest tile, a thicket, which I think is just better forest. That's actually really huge. And in fact, what I can do is I can also put a cemetery here. This could just be like Murder Alley. I don't know if Forest interacts with some of these tiles, so eventually I should do that just to see. Like, does Forest plus Cocoon equal something horrible? Need to experiment with that a bit. Magic Shield, we'll take that. I don't know if I need the Road Lantern yet. We're kind of early on. I might hold on to it. As I said before, if we reduce enemies too quickly, we're not going to get as many resources. Or we just get another thicket. This is fine. Get some extra resources there. Again, we're just summoning faster and faster and faster just by existing, so that feels fair. Giant air quotes. Okay, we need a forest right near the end, so I'm going to put it right here. And this is probably the only one that I will reduce. I'm going to put it, like, maybe right here. No, I can wait, Come on, it's a little early. Nice, we got a mosquito to spawn, which is really good for us. Summon quality 14%, excellent. We're actually looking pretty good right now, chat. We have improved summon speed, and we can get the better skeletons already. I don't know how many forests it takes for something bad to happen to us, so I'll just keep putting them for now. That was not bad at all. I'm gonna get rid of defense for the life regen. We got something that improves it if we have it. Really no downside to keeping it. Sand dunes, sure. Do we know if we place 7 of the sand dunes or desert tiles, we're gonna need Oblivion. I don't know if the forest is gonna be bad enough that I'll also have to do that. I can also put another spider cocoon here. I think this would make the most sense. Summon quality up. Already got one of those. We're just gonna keep going. The less health that enemies have, the better. And say goodbye to the Ziggurat. I don't want to fight that thing. Again, our health is looking pretty good. We now have very fast summoning speed compared to before. So I'm not as afraid to do harder fights. That 14% summon quality is big. We're still looking for max skeleton +1. I'll take that over almost everything. Oh, the slimes gave a lot of resources, interestingly. A bit of a risk because I don't know if this will do something bad for us. It looks like we dodged whatever it is so far. So I think we no longer need attack speed on our equipment. I think we could just rely off the forests. So far, nothing bad happening. So might as well just keep doing this. Ooh, took a bit of damage there. Another grove here. Ooh, skeletons can become skeleton archers. Interesting. Summon quality up. Well, that one's just a instant improvement, so might as well wear that. Nothing else of interest to spawn though, which is kind of unfortunate. Evasion up or skeleton level? Maybe. Think about it. Let's wait for one more loop, and then I'm gonna play the forest card, because we're more likely to get better items. Okay, took a lot of damage there, but not much I could really done about that. Magic Shield summon quality up, perfect. Got a blood grove finally, so I'm gonna put it like right here to make the final part easier, because that'll kill them when they're low on health. We're gonna wait for the loop to complete, and let's go see what the treasure is. The treasure unlock. It summoned a village. Result of forest attempts to understand human civilization. Spawns a wooden warrior every 2 days. Appears on the road for every 10 forests or thicket tiles. I don't know if that's a bad thing or not. We're just gonna keep expanding. Again, the more attack speed we have, the faster we could get the summons out, so... Okay. Should be pretty easy to kill now. You can already see we're summoning pretty fast, so if we could just get max summon level, I think we'd be set. I think what I'll do to make my life a bit easier, I'm gonna put a lantern here, because I don't want our fights to be too crazy. So we're just naturally regenning health, so I don't need to really worry that much. When enemies spawn there. Skeleton level plus 0.54, maybe. Oh, finally a book increase, nice. Big damage up for us. Defense up and regen up, okay. Should be fine. Again, we summon really, really, really fast now. Who the hell are you? Why are you sneaking around here? Don't even try to come any closer, you bastard. The forest isn't looking for you. It doesn't need you. Just try and touch me and I'll shred you to splinters. Oh, maybe it's like a retribution kind of thing from other games where if you damage it, it hurts you. But there won't even be a bow left from you when I get you. I'm getting tired of this. Ah, so he only counterattacks. Oh, so this is like the freest kill. We can't get damaged as long as he kills our skeletons. Wow, that is actually unfair. Oh, Forest is like the best thing for the Necromancer ever. Now some log is trying to attack me and thinks I deserve it. Any more of this and I'll start questioning the whole idea of saving the world. 3.26, I think this is technically higher. 0.54 skeleton, Maybe, I'm gonna hold on to this for now as a question mark. I don't think I should go for evasion. I think that's what I'm learning. We really just need max skeleton up at this point. Like, that's all we really need to be complete. Let me count this again. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. I don't have an Oblivion, so I'm not going to place another ability. But yeah, the village question mark looks amazing for us. We attacked so fast, the enemy didn't even get a turn. That was sick. Oh, 0.1 higher level. Nice. I guess I could start building over here. It's probably fine. Any interesting rings? So far, not really. Bit of a disappointment. So the magic shield is just gonna let us constantly regen health. So honestly, just one regen and we're pretty good to go. Summon quality up, but I think that's worth it. Okay, put another grove here. Honestly, I want to fight more groves because that'll increase our total health. And they're honestly not hard fights for us at this point. Wow, that's a lot of enemies. Speaking of which, Chad, our attack speed is getting out of control. Can we talk about this? I will definitely cocoon all of this. Like, the skeletons are the only real threat to us, so as long as I don't go too crazy with cemeteries, I don't think it'll be too bad. For example, I could put one here. And then I can road lantern this area so it's not too horrible. Like, I kind of want another The Village to spawn. I mean, I could put a spider cocoon against the village. I don't really see a downside to this. So every single time we kill a wolf, we get 3 extra health. It's pretty big. I just got a lot of treasuries back to back. Interesting. Okay. I mean, if that's legal, I'll do it, but think about it. Put it over here. I wish we had more not desert tiles right now. This is where the reroll would have been useful if I kept it. Yeah, full health, looking really good. So yeah, Necromancer just became way better. Like, the only thing we are missing, sadly, is just skeleton level +1. I think otherwise we'd be dominating. Ooh, it looks like we can, if we don't kill them fast enough, we can attack ourselves, which is a bit scary. But we're still at full health, that's all that matters. Still got 3 potions. It just goes to show how much better the forest tile is for us, that it just doesn't matter. I'm really hoping we get an Oblivion soon. We'll see though. Or, you know, max skeleton +1 on anything. Literally anything, really. Unlucky, chat. I mean, we're getting a lot of items, they're just bad. Oh, we finally got an Oblivion, nice, so I can play this. I can play it over here, there's really no downside to it. This here. And say goodbye to that. What a perfect play. Again, we're just very gradually healing. We still have not even dipped into our healing potions at all. Well, speaking of which, I haven't leveled at all. 20% chance of spawning extras. Yeah, let's do that, because we keep capping. When other the village, nice. I mean, if we're gonna cap, we might as well get extras, right? Summon quality is the same, but defense +2. No downside to that. I just want... Game, come on. Where's Skeleton Max? You're killing me. Oh, I can't put a forest there. Put one here, though. Come on. Rare items, please. Like, chat, I only want one thing. It's brutal. When you don't receive it, that's all you want. Painful. Well, the skeleton archers are interfering in the duel, which is a bit concerning. I'm getting pretty injured here. So the skeletons are really powerful as archers, which sucks. Though I might end the run here. Oh, because of the swamp. It's not the archers, it's the swamp. Ooh, yeah, that hurts me a lot with the regen build. That's kind of scary then. I might die here. Yeah, we gotta revive. Yeah. I think because we just didn't get skeleton level +1, I think we give up on this run. Like, I wouldn't be in this scenario if I just got it. Do you know what I mean? Oh, game. When I'm hitting cancel, I don't want you to retreat. Very scary. Do that. I'm gonna do this to complete the treasury. Like, I think we can all roll our eyes, chat. Like, come on. Come on. I had a level 1 ring give it to me before, so I don't think it's that rare. Whatever. We'll just complete our resources and leave. Because the game clearly doesn't want us to win. Okay, good enough. Let's just get to the end. It's a shame, really. Like, I would have done it if we got it. I mean, there's our attack speed ring, but we don't need it anymore. Got dinner table. We got enough items that are worth probably keeping at this point. Like, that's crazy. We didn't get a single one, chat. Absolutely crazy. I might as well place these just because you never know what it could do. So we're just gonna place all of them, chat. And we are definitely leaving. I want to take these resources. I don't care that we leveled. Fine. I just want to keep these items. Speaking of which... Is this another +2 versus all undead? I mean, as I said before, all we do is fight undead, so this is probably fine. Additional healing when passing through campfire. Okay, that's good for basically everybody. No downside to that. One more pebble when passing through campfire tile. Okay. So again, if we're doing 4 extra hit... Oh, that's only the hero's damage. Maybe this doesn't actually work on the Necromancer, because it's not technically the hero doing damage. I mean, obviously this would be godlike on the rogue. But we'll see. Can we build anything new now that we've gotten all those resources? We get the lumberjack. What's the alchemist tend to? Unlocks alchemy, unlocks the ability to craft jewelry, unlocks 0 milestone golden stone. I could also just get the war camp. These seem kind of fun. I think we'll go for some resource generation first. Things are starting to get pretty expensive. I'm gonna put it like over here. So we managed to stabilize a small section of the forest before. Now it's almost a real part of our world. You could go there, come back, knowing you won't disappear from reality. You can even chop down some of the wood, but not all at once. Consider it our mutual triumph. Our forester's not too talkative, but he knows what he's doing. He'll be supplying us with wood while we're away. While you're away, and he's also a decent craftsman if need be. Okay. So I kind of want to try the rogue, now that we have all these ridiculous things. Can I get the war camp yet? Not quite. I could just get the watchtower just because. Build up the 4 towers. We could... I'll build it over here for now. I don't know if there's a downside to this or not. I guess if I'm not sure, I could put it over here. So now we just have better clearing of enemies. So this also helps the rogue. So if we put the hard fight right before the town, we could get assistance and then blood grove it, maybe. We'll see. That's a nice structure right there. Sturdy, reliable, useful. I keep telling this to myself over and over. Hello, person that was never introduced. I even almost believe it now. My boys can already see quite far in this dark fog. They'll support you in battle whenever a crossbow bolt can reach. The civilians will sleep better at night. I can guarantee their safety. Okay. Maybe we'll play around with some of the earlier ones. I'm curious. Like, I want to try chapter 1 again, but with the rogue. To kind of feel things out. No, I don't think I really care about the battlefield part anymore. I think we can move on from that. I don't think I want ancestral memories. I think forest is super, super good for the rogue. And I think it's just forest desert again. I think it's just too powerful. Meadow might help us, but yeah, I'm kind of on the fence. Pick a blood grove here. Cemetery seemed kind of deadly for us. I might actually skip that for this character. Thinking about it. Well, we'll give it a try. We're getting more cards, which is interesting. I still don't know what the effect of the Chrono Crystal is. It feels like I don't want it to happen most of the time. Unless I just want more spiders. Yeah, let's see how far we get here. Okay, so I think what is happening, I'm rereading the class ability. So it says plus 10% to stat bonuses of the same type that come from 2 or more equipment pieces. So I think we have to kind of choose what to take with us. I don't think counter percentage is good at all. I think we're going to skip that. But we have to remember we need at least 3 items to get another 10%. So damage to all might end up being good. We'll see. But we want as many enemies as possible, for sure. I think the meadow is needed just to kind of give us some life regen, but I'm sure there's better ways to get it in the future. I'm gonna hold off for a treasury. Well, yeah, I'll hold up for a treasury. We have a 10% chance of doing 140%, not too bad. Got a meadow card. I might equip at some point. Cemetery, we'll put it right at the final area. I mean, I could put the meadow here. It would be likely surrounded by something that would grant it. I see a downside to doing this. I'll put it here for now. Just free health while we're going in the loop. Speaking of which... I do think Forest is going to ultimately be extremely good for us, because we do a lot of damage, so we might be able to skip some phases. I'm hoping we get Treasury here, or something more useful, but it appears to not be the case. So I need a Grove exactly at this spot, but I could put a Cemetery here. Or actually, no, it'd be better to put a Cemetery here. If I put the Grove here, it could kill all of that. Yeah, there we go. That makes more sense. Get some resources. Damage to all. Okay. Evasion, defense up. Really big damage. I'm definitely going to swap that out. Disappointing items, honestly, but it's what it is. We just straight up one-shot. That was kind of nice. Okay, we finally can get the ball rolling, so let's go ahead and put some thickets down. We want to surround the meadows, or surround these with meadows, whenever we get the chance. There's no downside to the meadows, it seems. Something like this should be really good for us. Now we're lowering their health, so we're way more likely to one-shot. I'm not going to put a desert there. I actually want a meadow there. I got to think a little bit ahead. Oh, wait. I have a 4 to 6 still equipped. Oh, so I could just... Oh, yeah. This is fine. We need another treasury. We'll hold on. Again, the health regen is just enough that we seem to be doing fine. We get 11 health each day. Not too shabby. Could be useful in the boss. Oh, we got a companion to help us there. Nice. Complete the meadow. Oh, wait. We'll wait one more loop and then complete it. Evasion bonus, sure. Evasion 13%. That's even better. I'm hoping we get better weapons. I'm a little disappointed at our drops so far. Complete this. See if we can get something better. Well, that certainly looks a lot better. I will definitely take that weapon. Damage to all up and crit damage. So we now have a decent amount of scaling. Well, that went from nothing is in our hand to, oh, we're good. Real quick. Did I forget to take Grove or something? I feel like we haven't seen any, which is a bit awkward. I could still put this one here. There it is, but we just don't have Grove. I mean, I guess I could put a desert piece somewhere. Guess over here for now. See, we're almost one-shotting. It's just really unfortunate we don't have a Grove. They could just put these in the middle. I don't think there's any downside to this. We almost summoned another village, which is actually kind of deadly to us now that I think about it. I really wish we just had a Grove. I'm in a weird position. I'm gonna try not to play any cards. We'll see what happens. I mean, I guess if we're not given a choice, I'm gonna play them. At least want to put the thickets down over the other ones. See, we almost go fast enough that they don't get a turn. That's a good sign. Also, this is incredulous that we have not drawn a single Grove still. It's just unfortunate on so many levels. We summoned a village, I think. Yeah, no Oblivions either. Brutal. I'll put the meadows in the middle for now. Just to get more healing. chat. Where's our grove? That's all I want. Or spiders. We haven't seen either of those. Did I disable those, or are we just getting unlucky? Well, there's our first spider. I think I want spiders to take over from the skeletons. I think the skeletons might be too powerful. Something like this for now. Wow, that was an insta-kill. Okay, I can finally put a Dune down without worrying about it. Go ahead and do that. Bye. New trophy around the world, nice. Damage is the same. Defense up, maybe. Critical damage way up, and evasion. Not that, actually. And this one gives me more attack speed, but I don't think I need attack speed on my weapons, given what we're playing. I'll hold on to this for now. Evasion's almost 33%. That's not too bad. Yeah, enemy's not even getting a turn. That's always nice. So it goes to show we're hitting basically 2 to 1. If we do get a crit, they die instantly. Okay, well, I mean, I guess. Oh, come on. Right, chat, we just need a grove. Where is it? This is so sad. I'm waiting for one item and it just isn't spawning. It has to spawn because we have Blood Grove. That's why I'm confused. Whatever. I'll just keep doing this until it spawns a village. And then we're gonna delete it. Game, please. We didn't get it, John. Okay, we're gonna remove all the terrible items in our inventory. Okay, we got a pretty big damaging weapon. I think I'm gonna put this one above the other ones. We got defense, not that I think we really need it. Crit damage up? Maybe. Counter up, don't care about that. Unreal, Chan. Did we attack twice before he could attack? So the forests do seem to be balancing the issue of the rogue, where I just do so much raw damage. Oh, there's our first grove, by the way, chat. Wow, that took way too long to get to. We're gonna blood grove it immediately. We could kill everything in this area, which was the original intent. Then I could put spiders here to reduce the number of encounters that are garbage here. Then I can put another meadow somewhere. One more sand dune, actually. There we go. That took way too long, for sure. We so far haven't gotten another treasury, which is also kind of sad. Yeah, that took way too long to get started. I don't know if this is like... It's not like GG territory, but it's not good for us, for sure. Might as well put the meadows around here to get more health. Our first lantern. We're fighting so few enemies, I actually don't even want to use this. That's so sad. Wow, we're attacking super fast. So finally got another treasury. We can start putting stuff around it. The forest in the corner, maybe. That should be good for now. Come on, good items. Counter, don't care about that. Damage to all. I don't want to keep crit chance. I think crit chance is too powerful to give up. I'm not liking our other items at all, though. Took a lot of damage there. Sort of my fault, but also not my fault. Resurrection, maybe. We'll take it. We're finally getting some decent shards, but it's kind of late to get it, unfortunately. Couple meadows, we'll go ahead and put them here. Oh, I'll wait next turn so we can get a better loot level. Better gameplay. Before I do that, what items do we get here? Counter, don't care about that. Evasion bonus on the armor, maybe. That is a lot of damage. I think we have to swap into this. This 49 damage. Yeah, that is such a big damage increase. I don't think I could say no to that. Put another meadow down. Boots give attack speed and evasion, maybe. None of these are terrible. I'll leave them locked for now. Finally got another grove, so I could put one here, for example. I don't have another Oblivion, so I'm gonna hold off. Game, please. Put a road lantern so I fight less in general. Put one sand dune down. Somewhere. I wish I could see how many tiles I actually placed, because it's actually kind of hard for me to count. So that's 7. 5, so I could put one more. Okay. Oh, it transformed these. Oh, wait. Desert near forest does something? Hold on. Quickly inhabits the arid lands. Enemies deal 2% lower damage and attack faster. Ooh. I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that at all. So we're gonna have to use meadows to buffer the desert tiles. Note to self, we're not doing that. I don't want them to attack faster at all. That's really bad for us, actually. I think we're gonna die here because of that. Yeah, like, I don't, like, if they do 51 damage instead of 55, but they hit me because they get attack speed, like, it's not worth it. Oh, thankfully we regened health at the last second, because now they're keeping up with me. Ooh, we're gonna die here, for sure. Oh, we got lucky. We got lucky. We should be dead here. I don't think there's anything we can do about that. We have a revive, though. So at least we learned something important for later. I think we'll leave after this, because we're getting really bad cards. I think everybody can agree these cards are some of the worst we've ever seen. Literally nothing but a dead hand. I'm gonna try to get more attack speed here, just so I can clear it. So it doesn't really matter if more things spawn, because we're right at the end. So by that logic, do stuff like this. Okay. We'll place just because, chat. There we go. Yeah, I don't care what these are. We're gonna leave. Unfortunately, we got this. After losing 200% next health, the hero will evade all attacks for 2 seconds. That would have been good. Or having the super crit would have been amazing. But oh well. Let's retreat. Let's keep our cheese. What does the cheese do? Isn't that like healing or something? Heal 1 health after killing an enemy? Oh, that would have been so amazing. Oh, we can't put any food slots. How do we get those? Maybe the mud hut gives it? But I thought we had the farm. I don't know what we're missing that would give us the food. I would have thought we would have gotten 2 food from this. That's where I'm a little confused. We already got the supply depot, which I'm surprised didn't give us access to it. Lumberjack is there. Question mark? Am I missing something? Like, we can't place this anywhere. Like, it should probably be where food is. But I have a kitchen. And I have the supply depot, and neither of those give me what I need. Is this... The supply depot looked like it gave 1 of everything. That's why I'm confused. I hope it's not bugged or something weird. Or maybe I need, like, another thing to use the food. Oh, maybe I need the mud hut. Maybe that's why it doesn't work. Alright, hold on. Let's see if this fixes it, John. We're one step closer from the humble camp to a proud village, even though it's a hut half buried in mud. We are honestly grateful, but the people are very exhausted, body and mind. A private space to call home will make anyone happier. Oh, okay, there we go. That's what I was missing. I guess something else let me do furniture, and I wasn't really paying attention, but getting 1 health every time we kill an enemy also kind of solves our health regen issue. So, not looking too shabby. So, Rogue, I like the movement speed. I'm glad we learned Desert plus Forest equals GG, you're gonna lose, though. At least we know that for the future. I could go for super health regen. We'll go back to the Warrior for a little bit. I don't really like the Treasure Hunter. I think we'll ignore that. I don't like RNG. If we can avoid it, it'd be preferable. Oh, I shouldn't have done... I realized I didn't switch the deck. Let's leave after this. I don't want to do Forest. I want to do Mountain with this character. So I need to have different decks for the characters for sure. I also don't want max health down. Now I actually have a reason to switch deck types a bit. Let's just get to the end, it's fine. In fact, I don't even have resources. Let's just leave now. Who cares? Oh no, I lost 1 resource, who cares? I'd rather have the deck that I want to use for this. We have 1 for them. We can do the village again, which I think was a good idea. Road lanterns really help with the vampire mansion not being horrendous garbage, so that's always appreciated. I don't know if the wheat field is really worth it. Like, the enemy itself wasn't terrible, and the healing is pretty strong. But, we'll try this again. I mean, I figure before we get too deep in the loop, we just reset. Vampire Mansion, okay. The card I don't want to play early. Village I could play early. In fact, if Village ends up being Vampire Man... Oh! Just thinking about that. If I put the Village here... or should I put it here? I think it has to be... Maybe it has to be here. Because I get Vampire Mansion over here. The Blood Grove will get it. Because I want like a jungle to be on one of these sides. So let's do something like this. So, I normally don't want to do it early, but this might be okay. Just keep in mind I'll have the crossbowmen helping me. It'll make a pretty big difference, honestly. I'm gonna put a meadow next to this, so I could get better healing. So we're gonna go in with 3 health potions, which is nice. Damage to all, love to see it right before an annoying fight. Asian, that's fun. We're now at 3 potions, and we should get assistance here. That's why I'm thinking this is now a lot easier. Like, yeah, I'm still gonna take a lot of damage because my equipment is bad, But now I have the crossbowmen to just help with this a lot. So to me, this is worth it for sure. Spiders. I really don't want to do vampires and spiders, so I'm gonna put the spider here, maybe. Again, it just cost us 1 healing potion. Honestly, that wasn't bad at all, thanks to the crossbowmen. So now we're mitigating the problem of the villager with guaranteed damage reduction. So honestly, I just need resources. We're getting more rocks, so we heal more in the loop. Do another spider layer here. It's probably okay. Still gonna be at 3 potions, which is nice. Just wish we had slightly better items. Not much we could really do about that. We're taking a lot of damage here. Ooh, that's way more damage than I was hoping. Why do they keep reviving? Oh no, that's a problem. Road Lantern immediately. Help me, please. We're gonna put down... Oh, no, game. I don't like that that happens when I press that. Might switch the button slightly. I'm gonna put some meadows down so I can get more health. So hopefully it's not just GG next time I move. Fine. Oh, there's another vampire here. It's not fun. It is not fun. Okay, so here's what we learned. I need stronger equipment before I place a vampire mansion on this difficulty. I think their strength bonus is just too high. So I want to try that again with the same deck. I just want to verify one thing. Yeah, I think this is fine. We just got weird cards. Good. So I had the right idea, but I should have waited for a lantern. Yeah, we got kind of wrecked towards the end, unfortunately. Oh, speaking of which, damage and regen. That would have been nice to have earlier, by the way, game. Saying. Or regen, nice. A village. If I put the Blood Grove... I could put the... If I put a mansion here, I could put something bad here. If I put the village here, a Blood Grove here would hit it. So we'll do something like this. I'm not gonna place the mansion right away. We need more time. Spiders, on the other hand. Oh, wait. Can I force the spiders to get rid of the ghouls? Oh, if that's true, this is genius level idea, because I'd like to not deal with them. Like, if that can force them to not be ghouls, that would be amazing for us. Obviously, I won't be able to know for right away, but now we could kind of abuse them a bit with this. So I'm already reducing how horrible they would be. Also, I just realized I sealed off the village. Oh, but I could still... No, I messed up. I hate that that's not the cancel button. I hate that is not the cancel button. I really like that to be the cancel. I'm gonna switch it in the controller. It's a bit weird. I don't know why it's flipped. Normally I like what would be circle as cancel, but for some reason for me that is defaulted to the menu, which is a bit awkward. Wondering why I keep doing that. A little weird. Oh well. Yeah, I had the right idea. I just wasn't looking at the spaces, unfortunately. It's fine. We can always fix it with an Oblivion if we really need to. Because I think it'll only convert it if it's directly next to it, unfortunately. So I know that this one has to be a Blood Grove for what I want. Something like this later. Oh, does the spider cocoon not put stuff on a village? If so, that's very interesting to me. I wouldn't have thought that. Okay. I mean, we need a grove eventually somewhere. If I put it here, we'd still cover this one. Do that then. Again, our health regen looking pretty solid. I'll put a couple groves here. Finally, a treasury. Again, health regen looking pretty solid. Even if we take a lot here, you know, we're getting health per day. Got a quest completed, nice. Let's surround this with meadows. About to get a lot of health here. Nice. We're off to a good start. Just need better cards, mostly. Is there a downside to putting another forest here? I think so. I mean, I could just put something here for free healing. Again, let's not summon the Harpy right away. Build up to it. Let's have nothing but forest at the end, that should be fun. We're not taking a crazy amount of damage, which is good. Eventually I do want another village here, I think. But if I'm going to get an Oblivion, I need to remove this lantern. The max health is looking pretty good. I really wish we got another weapon. Okay, and I got an Oblivion, so I can remove this. And then we can do this. Again, it's just free damage. We're regenning pretty well, which is nice. I also feel like we're getting less XP per loop. I feel like we should have leveled normally by this point. I should have held off on one mountain. I regret this. Put a couple meadows down. That is a lot of enemies back to back, chat. So lose regen, but get vampirism, attack speed, everything else. Maybe, I'll think about it. Oh, actual damage up increase? Thank you. Been dying for this. Yeah, like, we have, like, really bad gear. I'm not even holding anything crazy. Honestly, like, oh, our first shield increase. Nice. 12 to 18. Defense and regen? Oh, I think we're good now. Okay, and that went from we had nothing to oh, we're fine, and pretty quickly. That regen ring is kind of bad, so I might as well increase attack speed and vampirism. It's better for us at this point. I'm gonna hold off on completing the treasury. There's spiders. Spiders here. They counter the goblin village. Maybe that'll be fine. So lose regen per second, but I get evasion. I think that's worth it due to the health increase. And I can reduce how many enemies are here, so I'm probably... Well, I want the Blood Grove here. I could probably do something like this. Now there's only 2 of them. Okay. That is a lot more manageable. Yeah, like, what a difference the level ups make, chat. See, I went the well... We'll do that every time we get killed, we absorb hits. I think that's just so crucial to survival. Got an Oblivion. So I could Oblivion the Goblin Camp, but I think countering them with the Spider Cocoon was the right call. Yeah, let's complete the treasury. feel like we have a decent odds of getting something good. Or, you know, or not at all. Just fine. If we spawn another goblin thing, I'm gonna delete it though. Forming the letter E again, chat. Oh yeah, look how much better this is. This is going much, much better, chat. Overall, our health total is getting out of control, which is nice. And again, the crossbow unit doesn't have to do a lot of damage. It just has to do a little bit. So I think we have 2 barriers of reflection up, so we're really taking no damage at this point. I'm gonna go ahead and Oblivion this one. Much better. Lose defense? No, I want the defense for now. Looking just for a Blood Grove. I guess I could put it here now. I guess there's no downside. Finally a treasury. I was waiting for that. Put it over here, surrounded with meadows. And now our base health regen is way higher, so I just got 12 extra health every time it goes through a new segment. Come on, stop evading. I saw their shield block a couple times there, which is nice. To get any stronger weapons than what we have. I don't feel like we have anything too crazy. That's the sad part. Just wish we had something better. I wish the Goblin Leader did not exist, as he almost killed us yet again. Do I? Oh, I don't have the thing where I can safely retreat. I think we have to retreat here. Fortunately, I didn't get any furniture, but yeah, the Goblin Leader is such a problem. I just feel like he completely ruined the run there. Like, we were doing fine, and then he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna do like 700 damage. Unfortunate, chat. I tried mitigating with the spider, which I think was the right idea, because the goblins do more damage than the spider cocoon does. But it just shows how punishing it is as you get to the higher chapters. So we might have to play to get some more resources. We'll see. Get another watchtower. Might not be terrible. In fact, I'm probably gonna do that. Just to make it more consistent. Well done. More towers means more soldiers. More soldiers means more arrows. More arrows means more arrows. Thank you for that. We could try chapter 3, but with like different setups. I think forest is pretty good. I don't know if I need meadow. I remove that for consistency. I mean, it's not bad. I don't know if I want to fight the cemetery anymore. I might just ban the cemetery. Oh, but I have to take one more. That's a tough call. I don't know what to enable. Well, I guess the swamp isn't too bad. We'll have this set up for page 1. Page 2 will be kind of like the warrior, maybe. See how this goes. We'll try it one more time, see how we feel about it. Yeah, I think we just don't have the right items to succeed at the moment. Which is really unfortunate. I wish it paused at the start of the run, because I went to go use this, and we were instantly in combat again. Where to put the swamp exactly yet. Put it... If I put a Blood Grove here, I can cover all of this. So I just need a Blood Grove somewhere in here. And a village could be here. Put it here for now. Nice, regen. Again, I get 0.2 extra regen in general, and if I get a kill, I should also get healing, which seems to be working. Use a desert tile. Other swamp, sure. I'll put it arbitrarily somewhere, like here. It matters. Put a forest in the middle, why not? I still feel like of the classes so far, I like the Necromancer the most. The Warrior is still pretty good. I don't think he's scaling quite as well as the other characters are. And I feel like the Rogue is just missing something to not take damage. Like, I just feel like, I don't know if it's just like a talent we're not receiving, or it's like an upgrade from the Smith that we're not getting. Max Skeleton +1, okay, I think we're set for the game. Nice. Skeleton level up for sure. We should be able to kill the mosquito here, hopefully. Looks like we did. Nice. I feel like there's just something missing from the Rogue from it being like my go-to class. And I'm definitely liking the crossbowmen to clear this a bit more consistently. So better... Oh, skeleton level, but less summon quality. Probably okay. These are really good yet, so this is fine. And we already have what we need to start making the fight easier. So if I put a Blood Grove there, and a village is here, do something like this to make it not too crazy. Then I could put like 3 lanterns here on the village. That would be ideal. Yeah, I just feel like with the 1 forest tile in the desert, I don't see how the Necromancer isn't the best class. I have no downside to losing health whatsoever. My attack speed means I get even more decoys, and I scale with everything here, while the enemies just lose more than they gain. It just feels so good. Like, we're still at full health. Doesn't matter how much we fight. Look at that, chat. I could put another lighthouse here again. Oh, we're so ready for the Blood Mansion. So if I put a village here, I could put the vampire here. I think that'll be what we do. That should be a really easy clear. Skeleton level, evasion, attack speed. I think I want summon quality. I'm gonna leave this as is. I mean, I could keep this ring for now in case I get something with better stats. I think that's the strategy. It's mostly just making sure, like, if you get a good item, but it doesn't necessarily have the stats you want, then you have a backup to swap them out. Like there, he broke our shield, and it doesn't matter. We just need a village now. Wow, the crossbowmen destroyed that enemy. Okay, we got a big level up there. I'll give us some of the health regen here. This might be fine. Them doing more damage is far more important, speaking of which. Two rings. Summon quality up. Attack speed regen. I think the 20% quality, I think I want that more at the moment. I just want to get a, like, 1 in 5 chance of getting the good skeleton. Got a Blood Grove, but we don't have Grove in general. We could do a spider spawn here, maybe? This is killing me, chat. Yeah, they also could get the village for free, which is an easy kill, because I don't think we should ever really realistically get hit. And if they explode like that, it just ends the fight, which is nice. So attack speed and summon quality? Okay, we got summon quality. Another treasury. I don't care about the village. We're a pretty hard counter to that because we don't normally attack. Lower enemy health a little bit. Still basically at full health. Just looking for a grove right now. Even more skeletal level, nice. Still can't quite get it, that's disappointing. I'll put a swamp here randomly, because why not? Finally a grove. So if I put it here, I could put a blood grove there, and it could cover everything here. I think this is what we'll do. Another grove spot, interesting. I could put it over here, maybe. I'm gonna get it so that we're close to getting a treasury, but I'm gonna hold off on expending it. Another grove tile. I can put it on the other side of this. Really no downside. Just alternate all the way to the exit. It's fine. Make them lose more health. Why not? Bit of use there. Again, just more and more attack speed. As long as our skeleton level keeps up with the loop level, I'm noticing that we're kind of okay most of the time. Use our Oblivion to get rid of that. Yeah, so that fight is free every time. There's no downside, and it seems to provide wood. Nice. So there's really no reason to stop at this point on this loop. We have pretty much everything on one. Just have like a bad book. And another Oblivion, interesting. Let's lower their health more. Ooh, we're taking tons of damage there. Yikes. Max skeleton +1? Oh, that's a big drop for us, actually. Okay. That encounter was a little scary. I think everything else is okay, though. Ooh, scary again. I'm gonna do this for, well, leave it as is. Use the level up. See, I don't know if the hero kills an enemy counts for Necromancer. Let's do number of skeletons up. Mostly just need, ooh, I was gonna say I just need regen. So if I get +1 for the other one, I really don't need it on the other ring. I think I'd rather get the health regen just to make sure we survive this. I think that's the right call. Oh no, I'm in the swamp. Wait, I don't want that in the swamp. I didn't think about that. I should have waited. I should have waited. No, I forgot about the swamp. Okay, so that's the only downside to the swamp. It does punish the regen builds. Oof. That is really brutal. Okay, so I need to think about what to do with the swamp. I might get rid of the swamp then for the Necromancer. I don't think I can afford that happening again. That was way too much health loss. Okay, so in the future, we're getting rid of it. Oh, I lost my Oblivion. I wasn't paying attention. I guess we'll just end the run then, right? Just gotta make it to the end. Let's cash out. I want to reduce how many fights we have in the horrible swamp area, so let's reduce that by 1. Be careful how I merge these. This should probably be okay. I just need 2 meadows, and I think we're good. Yeah, I was gonna put a blood grove there because that would cover the most spaces. Oh, that's a lot of enemies. I mean, fortunately, doesn't really matter. A lot of skeleton level. I think that might be ideal over what we're using, honestly. That's such a shame. Like, we started doing so well. Like, right now I'm doing fine. So it's really just the swamp that made me lose, because I'm losing too much health here. Yeah, we're definitely not playing with the swamp in the future. Not with this character. That is way too powerful of a nerf. Yeah, I lost over 60 health just from entering the swamp. That was brutal. Yeah, let's never do that again, chat. We'll call that lesson learned. I should still make it to the end, because I'm basically at full health. And it's such a shame, because you can see, like, we're killing them really quickly, but I don't think it's worth risking. Yeah, we're gonna just retreat. I think it's worth it. Yeah, let's see what else we could build here. We could build another watchtower, which is honestly kind of tempting. Get a warehouse. +10 item limit. If that matters. You want the smelter at some point. Alchemist 10. I guess I could save up supplies. Let's see, what can we put in here? Percentage of facing a run rash after killing a rat wolf. +5 damage to heroes damage against all rat wolves. I don't know if this applies. Oh, I did remove one of the current slots. Damn, if only we had more places for food, that would have been good. Okay. I'll hold on to our points then for now. I want to redo this, just no more swamp. Oh, I have to have at least one more. That's why we did that. I think cemeteries are less awful than the swamp. Honestly, even though the cemeteries do a lot of damage, I don't think they're as bad as the swamp was. The swamp, we just lost so much health, and there's almost nothing we could do, literally. We'll try this again. What a shame. We actually good items that time. Also, as I said before, is there a way to stop it from immediately moving at the start? I actually really don't want it to ever do that. Is there a quality of life feature since we're here? No, it just auto-plays. That's really unfortunate. It has everything but the thing I'm looking for. Oh well. I meant to use the tile. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Well, we don't lose any health here, I guess. We'll put a cemetery right at the end. Let's see how we feel about that. Nice, a book, magic shield, skeleton level. I'm gonna do this to reduce the number of skeletons we fight. Honestly, the spiders are really not anywhere near as bad as anything else that we fight there. Hold on to the thicket for now. We have all the damage we need to clear the loop pretty easily. It's more a question of where do we get the bonuses? I just need one thing with very loose regen, and I think we're good. Like, it could be like 1.0. Not to be anything too crazy. And the multiple crossbowmen there are sick. That made that really easy. Probably want Blood Grove here. So if I put that there, I could cover a village and kind of any spot here. So I think this is ideal. Make the spiders a little less crazy. Doing this. There's a downside to that. And I could just put a spider nest here, just because. Ooh, summon quality and that? Nice. It spawned to immediately die. Thank you, game. Yeah, we want to start getting some card generation in here. Hello, Calvetian. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're just playing a little more Loop Hero to pass the time. Hopefully you are doing well today. Got a grove, so I think if I put the grove here, means I could put a village here. Or, well, I could do it the other way. I think I want the grove here and then the village here. Yeah, that makes more sense. Do this to kill them faster. I'm doing fine as well. I'm ready to go ahead and upgrade our character, though. Nice. Lots of attack speed. Love to see it. I think the Necromancer is definitely more my playstyle. Defense or summon quality? Summon quality for sure. You don't need defense if you're already winning, chat. And the crossbowman doesn't help us here. Interesting. So it has to be adjacent to it for it to work. Good to know now rather than later, I suppose. One forest there. Fun. Yeah, I think that tile is a lot more manageable now that we have the other things there. Attack speed, evasion. I don't really want any of that. Fine. I want it from forest, mostly. Another book. There's summon quality, but we get it skeleton level. I think that's more important. I think the book having skeleton level is what's going to keep us alive. So that is 7-8 versus 7-1. Okay, it's just worse. Let's keep reducing their health. I think that's a great strategy. I lose 3 health to make them lose like 20 plus, so worth it for me. Because all I want to do is 2-shot them if I can. Okay, we're at the point where I need another Oblivion to place that safely, so I'm gonna hold off. As I said before, I think we just expanded too quickly before, but now we're kind of taking our time with it. Oh, we finally have an Oblivion and we just leveled up. 0.5 shield every time we kill. We got it early, love to see it. Okay, now I can place a desert tile and we could destroy the ziggurat. So goodbye, ziggurat. Not dealing with you. And again, we should be summoning almost near constantly at this point, so... The forest tile here, I don't think there's a downside to that. Our shield is currently at 31. Let's see how high it gets here. 32. Almost 33. Used a healing potion there, which wasn't great, but it is what it is. Put another spider nest down. We'll put it like here. Got 1 potion left. But we're getting a little dangerous here. I think mostly because I don't have regen. I know they got a ring, but unfortunately it has nothing interesting on it. Ooh, a big increase to our magic shield. I think we'll be okay there. Skeleton level or health regen? I think I'm gonna get rid of our skeleton level then. I think I need the life regen more at this point. Just to make sure I don't die. We're gonna be picking up a lot of health. Speaking of which... I could summon the treasury since it's leveled enough. See if we got any good items off of that. Skeleton level, summon quality... Oh, so it's just a better version of what we have on the side. And it gives health regen? Wow. What a perfect ring. Attack speed up for -1 shield. Okay, I'll take that. Our books are kind of eh. Oh wait, actually this one's pretty good. Even though it's a common item. Okay, I think we're good now. We're basically 2-shotting them, which is nice. And I'll surround this with forest. I don't know if it does anything. So we summon the village, which is an easy kill. Again, every time we summon somebody, we get more magic shield. So we're at 113 shield now. This is way higher than where we started, which is kind of nice. And that health regen is keeping us back to full. Or 114 shield. Every fight is basically a shield, if not more. So kind of sick. I have a spare Oblivion, so I can keep putting more desert tiles without any fear. I'll put a forest tile like here randomly. I don't want to lose what we have. I think putting too many cemeteries is risky, so I'm not going to go for it at all. However, I will see if I can force this to give us something better. Hello, Force Spiders. That costs us a lot of potions, but fortunately we do have a lot of regen. And the more the villages we get, the better it is for us, actually. The reason is because we shouldn't ever take damage from them. Every forest I place is 1% more attack speed, so that's a lot of attack speed already. So I now have until the end of the area to regen health, which is very likely if it's just one enemy. Speaking of. Good ring. Regen up 1.2, skeleton level plus 1.8. Oh, perfect. Skeleton level up and regen up, but I lose magic shield. I'm gonna hold on to this. This might be a better late game. Right now, I don't think it's a good trade. Really just needs skeleton, max skeleton plus 1. I'm not seeing it anywhere. I'll also hold on to that. Not too bad. We're gonna try to force the Ziggurat to spawn. Speaking of which, bye Ziggurat. We're back at full health. Feeling pretty good about the run, chat. I think we could probably go at least 2 more loot levels. I noticed that we're only on loot level 5 and we're not a quarter of the way through what we need. They'll must really want us to play a lot to get further. So I mean, I don't mind that. I'll keep playing things. Let's see how this goes for now. Blood Grove this to speed this up a little bit. If I have just nothing but 1% speeds, I will gladly do that. Ooh, used a potion there, a bit unfortunate. We're at the point where I just really need a stronger book. Oh, that helps. But it's stronger than that still. Really just looking for skeleton level plus 1. Oh, we just got it. Nice. Ooh, what do I get rid of for this, though? Because we're at the point where this would actually be useful. Do I lose my small health regen and skeletal quality? How much skeletal quality? I only have 22% now. Ooh. I think I have to get rid of my other ring for now. This gives me skeleton level and defense. Okay. Because having 3 at once would be really ideal. Speaking of which, let's keep nerfing these enemies. Really don't want to fight a lot of them. In fact, I'm gonna put this here, because that's like slightly too many enemies. Now we can start getting 1 extra shield per battle, and I just got more skeleton level. Okay, we're looking pretty good. Remember, every time I summon one, it's 0.5. Extra, I mean. No treasuries have spawned, but it is what it is, I guess. Summon quality 25%. That's almost worth it. I'm gonna hold on to it for now. The road. Let's reduce how many fights are here. I think that was also getting a little challenging. Terrible books. Terrible chat. Do I have an Oblivion? I don't. How many do I have? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So I should have already hit it, so I could place a few more without any issue. Yeah, just making sure we have very minor health regen and we're good enough. I'm too scared to put another cemetery. I don't feel like we're strong enough to handle it. And the eventual hero will be evenly split between him and his skeletons. I think I need this. Because we have fast enough summon that it shouldn't matter. Bad items again, chat. Really bad items. Ooh, he crit me. What a god. So let's... Oh, no, this is just better skeletal level. And defense and regen? Wow. Okay, that was a big upgrade. Right at the last second there, chat. I really don't care if we lose the cemeteries, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be like, oh no, what a shame. Speaking of which, did I get rid of meadows or something in this deck? Because I was kind of hoping we get a few. But if we have, it's not a big deal. Just kind of know that. $141 shield, nice. We got pretty good scaling damage. I really just want like max skeleton and any other bonus. I think we would be set. Put another thicket, why not? Easy peasy, Chan. Feel like we're running out of room. I'll put one more sand dune. I miscounted by one. That is unfortunate. Well, hopefully we get something to delete that soon. 4.8 regen? Wow. I'm actually thinking about that. That is a sick amount of health regen. Well, I got an Oblivion. Okay, never mind. I messed up that the game felt bad for me. We'll take that. $92 magical shield? Maybe. Okay, keep that for now then. I think I'm gonna not put any more spiders either. I think I'm kind of good with them. I might want one more cemetery somewhere by itself. Where would I put it so it's not a big issue? Maybe here would be perfect. Put a blood grove right here. Okay, that would work. We're reducing health as much as we can of the enemy. Again, we're splitting the damage, so I'm not getting completely destroyed, which is nice. Oh, we finally got another treasury. I almost thought they weren't spawning. For that battle, we just gained tons of health, which is nice. We'll hold on to these for now. I could put another grove here kind of safely, but it is just free resources. So far, not much has really pierced through our wall, which is pretty good. We're gonna feel bad about losing that skeleton level. I don't know if it's worth it over the magic shield. Because again, I keep getting scaling magic shield. It might be better to keep it as is. I'll keep placing thickets though. Oh, and these things are great for building magic shield. Well, these things are amazing for building magic shield. Wow, that was like 3 shield. Okay. We have a very slowly scaling equipment, I guess. Terrible, terrible item. So forests are definitely the way to go. They give us everything we want. Oh, cool, I can place more desert without caring. Do another blood grove somewhere. Here would be okay. Because we have 3 summons, I shouldn't ever need to attack them. Yeah, easy enough. And we get to delete the ziggurat, awesome. So we went up almost 15 in shield, which is kind of funny to me. Put one up here in the corner. It'd be easier to populate. I guess this is okay for now. See, like, we spawn skeletons just fast enough that I'm really not really getting struck anymore, which is good. That's a lot of shield. Lock this in place for now. We have so many items, and we're doing really well in this loop. We're halfway through. Like, this character just feels better than the other characters. I'm sorry, other characters. This character just feels superior to you in every single way. The Forest is just too strong. Like, he has literally no downside to it. It's just free healing, free shield. It's too powerful. Another treasury? Man, I wish I had more forests. Need a witch. Like, our resource total right now, super good. I don't think we've been hit in a while, which is kind of funny / sad. I'm gonna reduce how many fights are here. I think this is getting a little out of control. I guess I never took the village or something, so this might be the other setup. So if that's the case, I'm just gonna nerf how much can spawn there, a bit easier. I just gotta survive at this point. The witch. And I could always put more grooves or groves everywhere. I don't think it matters. If I want another blood grove, I could put it here, for example, to go towards this. There we go. Cashed it out. Skeleton level 2.7 defense. That all really has. Not impressed. Kind of bad. Unfortunate, John. Guess I'll put more trees over here. So resource-wise, we're doing amazing. I could put more spiders arbitrarily somewhere, like... I don't know, like... here? I feel like we just haven't been hit in so long at this point. It just shows how powerful this character is. Like, I'm at 281 health and I'm still at full health. Like, that's so silly. Like, I should be killed instantly by everything. But here we are, chat. We're just winning. Oh, he's helping me summon more? How polite of him. Ooh, really rare items. So, I lose skeletal level, so I'll think about that one. I'll get rid of these. These can go away. Max skeleton +1 and all of that? Oh my gosh, chat. What an upgrade. We're basically never getting rid of this. That one is actually too good. So I even got evasion off of that. Chat, GG. I think it's over. Summon quality up? Maybe. I wish it gave one more thing, or else I think I would have taken it. 6.74. I lose health regen, but I got it from another source. I think, as I said before, skeleton level takes priority over almost everything else. I think I have to do that. I don't think it's negotiable. We are looking really good, I have to say. We basically fully populated the board. It might be worth trying the boss, given that we're at 187 magic shield. Feels pretty good. Hold on to our super rare ring, and I'll unmark basically everything else. Oh, almost. We really just need a weapon at this point, and then that would be like whether or not I go forward with this. Another 0.4 skeleton level, sure. I mean, at this point, we're just getting so many spare resources. I should probably burn some of these. As I said before, I really don't want to do the cemetery. I mean, I could put one here, I guess. Play it for the sake of playing it. Use one of our oblivions. Parse this up a bit. Just need one more there. Another grove here, arbitrarily. Nice. Oh, I did level just now. Number of skeletons +1. I think we do that, chat. Like, we're not scaling hard enough, chat. We could scale harder. This is most excellent for us, indeed. No, I'll even put another spider thing there. Who cares? At this point, every kill is just free resources, so why not? And we're just reducing their health more and more and more, and my health is basically the same. Oh, I lose it. Only had skeleton level in the middle one, I would take it. Attack speed 32, don't think it's worth it. 6.1, but max skeleton +1? I'm gonna hold on to that, I'll think about it. I think we might have enough overall skeletons that it's okay. The village is just the best. I think we can all agree, Chad. Like, it is just the freest of free resources. Could not ask for more. Level 7 book. Unfortunately, it looks super weak. That's unfortunate. Max speed up. Oh, if that wasn't defense and that was skeleton level, this would have also been perfect. So if I really need health, chat, we have enough to kind of desperation final portions of it. I guess I could do another grove, because why not? We have most of the map covered. This is the furthest we've gotten in the chapter. So it just shows how powerful this character is. Nice. Blood Grove, sure, we'll put it like here. Time to build magic shield, chat. I started at 208 as a reminder. I set it at 210. Worth it. Again, we're still getting even more resources. We have 5 complete food units. Oh no. Oh, they're actually helping kill my minions? Nice. I'll play to them. Curious how high the weapon levels go. Like, do they cap at 9 or do they actually go up to 10 plus? I don't think we've seen that so far. I think just to being able to summon that one blocker for us makes the otherwise hard fights easy. Road Lantern, might put it over here. I don't want to deal with too many enemies. I do want to make sure we get the win, so it'd be dumb to just die to like a million enemies. Not what I wanted. Would have been horrible if I placed that there. I would have been very upset. Okay, looking pretty good. We're at a 218 shield, so pretty strong for the upcoming boss. Really wish we had skeleton level on our necklace, though. That would have made me feel a bit better. It looks like every fight is a guaranteed shield level. We're scaling extremely well. We're scaling them down constantly with the sand dunes. Speaking of which. I think this will... We're almost up to our highest loop level. I think we stopped around 9. Wow. I think chat can agree. It's getting out of control. I'm gonna hold off on upgrading that. I'm gonna wait for one more loop level to see if we get better items. Wow. Nothing but level 9 drops. Maybe something here will be amazing. So I don't mind losing attack speed. In fact, I want to lose attack speed. Another... Wait, this one's just worse. But it's higher level. That's sad. These could have been so good, Chad, and they weren't. What a shame. One more thicket there. Nice, another the village. Spoil me game. Although with the skeletons there, that could be annoying. Let's see. I might get rid of the summon quality on the right. How much summon quality do we have total? 50%? We're almost at the point where that skeleton level would be better. I have a ring that's more powerful than that, just for skeleton level? I almost thought that was level 4. I would have just equipped it immediately. They lose health regen, a little bit of quality, but I think that's worth it. Anything that makes them more aggressive, I think, is ideal for us. Oh wait, 2.6 on this ring? Never mind, worth it. I'll take that common. Right, chat? Okay, don't mind if I do with scaling. 2.7 and regen? Oh, we're so set, chat. This is feeling really good right now. In fact, let's complete one of our treasuries. Got a book with nothing of interest. Regen per second, skeleton level. Nah. Fine. I mean, I guess we just keep going until we get boss. I have an Oblivion, so I can plant more easily. Okay, so it does go up to weapon level 10, eventually. So there is just so much raw health that they don't have due to desert. I don't know what they're gonna do. So again, we're just gonna keep getting more and more attack speed, because there's literally no downside to this due to how we're playing. I have a lot of spider things. I don't think I want to play them at all. I play groves though, because that's more health for us potentially. So I'm still gaining health even though every enemy is going down. That doesn't really feel all that fair, honestly. We're running out of space to put things. I could put like a cocoon randomly somewhere. It really matters where. Just so that we can trigger the boss faster. In fact, let's get rid of the how many things can spawn at the cemetery. I really don't want to deal with those. Yeah, this is just kind of free placement. Just all the cemeteries I don't want to play, chat. Love it. We're at 240 shield, which is crazy. Regen per second is 6. Wow. Only we had a strong book. Oh, that's a little better. I have an Oblivion, so I do want to play that, potentially. Set up for another Forest. Or Godlike. Again, our summon rate is insane. They're not even getting through our shield, like, at all. I got another 0.8 of skeleton summon level. I'm just gonna complete the thicket here. So, bad book. All really bad books. We're gonna ignore those. Let's reduce number of fights. Yeah, that is way too many enemies. Let's nerf this. The skeleton is our hardest fight, so anything where we could get rid of them. I might even Oblivion them, honestly, if I feel they're too hard. So we do not have to try at all if we don't want to. No, I honestly don't want to. Oh, now I have to use the Oblivion there. That sucks. Oh, wait, it's just the skeleton. That's not too bad. Defense 8? Maybe. I just wish we had also a better amulet. It is what it is. We're so close to triggering this boss. I'm really surprised that isn't triggered, to be honest with you. I want way less skeletons. I do not want to throw this run, so we're gonna get rid of them. In fact, I'm even a spider cocoon here. Like, that's how badly I don't want them to spawn. I'll do double spider cocoon. Ideally, I want to get into the boss fight as soon as we plant this. So we've reduced their health by a lot. Like, just try to count with me, chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So just from the big ones, it's 23. And then from there, that's roughly another 3%. That's another 3%. So I would say we've almost caught their health in third. And we have the Blood Grove to kill them if they're less than 15%. So we are at like a big advantage on the boss, because we have nothing but scaling defense right now. I don't know if we still have the revive. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know how to tell if the revive is still available. Oh, I never got it. Never mind. We didn't even get the revive. We're just so powerful, I just assumed we had it. Silly me, Chan. So that's gonna be a little risky doing the boss without a revive, but... Oh, time to get some resources. Nice. Just almost all cemetery cards. Again, we're getting rid of a lot of resources, so even if I only get 60% of this is gonna be really crazy. I have a 6% health regen ring. Interesting. Don't think I want this Grimoire anymore. Do I want this shield, though? Maybe. Think about it. I think everything else could get junked. I don't think we need them. I mean, you can see, like, this is normally would be a tough fight, but we're just destroying them. Oh, we summoned the boss finally. Ooh, new music. Hopefully we have enough to beat the boss. We'll find out. Here's my last chance to get some magic shield. Which is pretty high, I must say. Defense 10, maybe. Again, if I'm desperate, we have some items we can swap into. Don't think losing the skeleton level is worth it, though, unfortunately. I think that 0.8 skeleton level will help more than 80 health. Nice, skeletons +1 again. Unfortunately, that's our only summon quality, so I don't think I could choose that one. Let's reduce their health by another 1%, chat. Yeah, we're doing 120 plus a swipe. It's kind of nice. Get more attack speed, more enemies, or more allies. Another minus 1% to their health. We have full potions, which is amazing. Again, we're just getting more and more and more and more and more attack speed for the final boss of this area. Which means we're gonna have skeletons blocking for us nearly constantly. Let's go ahead and expend the resources. They had items from it. That's so unfortunate. Go ahead and continue. I think this will be my last run no matter what. I think it'll be kind of hard to top this one, honestly. Ooh, we finally got hurt. Good job on the enemy there. Just gotta make it to the end, chat. We have 4 skeletons, which seems perfect for us, honestly. More thickets. More lost health for them. As you can see, I'm summoning almost instantly now. Cycling through a lot of books there. None of these are really worth it, though. Unfortunate, really. Up to level 2.7. Now we got better. I mean, I might as well complete this. Oh, no, I can't do that now. Damn, I shouldn't have put the desert tile there. And we are definitely obliterating the ziggurat. I do not want to speed up the boss. Wow, we are killing them almost instantly. I think chat can agree. Those health downs are really punishing the enemy. Really, really hard. And again, they are taking damage for us, so we might just pull through this. In fact, I've almost leveled before the boss, which I didn't think we would even do, but wow, another 1% less health for them. Sure, we'll get more attack speed. Wow. This is looking really, really good for us, chat. I really hope we pull this off. Again, every battle we get here is at least one more to damage. We got another one. Ally skeleton kills an enemy. Oh, we got the resurrection right at the end. Wow. Chat. What a GG. If we don't win this, I don't know what to say. I think it's over. I honestly don't know what to say if we lose this. What would we even do better? Question mark. I'm gonna put a desert tile over here. Again, we're lowering their health more and more and more and more. Yeah, that was really lucky. I think it's almost guaranteed we win now. We have ways to split damage, and we have a really high summon count. I think we'll be fine. And I'd rather take the 0.81 skeleton level for sure. Hey, chat. Moment of truth. Let's go fight the boss. We're darn right we're staying. There's the wolf that was there earlier. Know your place, dog! Not the most polite greeting I've ever heard. Oh, apologies. I wasn't talking to you. My loyal hounds like to fool around sometimes. Keeping discipline is important. Wolf, says the dog. And as for you, my little hero, know your place, dog. Who the hell are you? Oh, well, let's see. Sometimes the need arises to kill the whole herd in the pen. Not without reason, of course. As you start the culling, a couple of bulls break the fence and run off into the forest. But that won't do. Every one of them has to die. That's the whole point, you see. And that is where the hunter comes in. They track down every rebellious bull and shoot it dead. So don't even talk politeness to me, my little hero. Not only do you avoid the universal annihilation, but you resist this magnificent undertaking. How's that polite? I've heard enough of this kind of talk. I beg your pardon? All of you seem to have some wonderful and profound reason to participate in this cataclysm. You all ignore the fact that we all want to keep on living. It stinks to be exterminated, you know. Frankly speaking, I don't give a damn. I just enjoy the hunt. And now, if you'll excuse me, we'll feed the remnants of your world to my hounds. They'll eat it all in one bite, as if their stomachs were black holes. I hope your hunting skills are as bad as your jokes. Not that it matters. The joke will get you very soon. Sick 'em! Wolf. Oh, I think we won? Wow! We killed him so fast! Chat, Necromancer OP. I didn't even get to my potions! This character class is broken. Oh my gosh, chat. We have 3 potions left and a revive. GG. Get outplayed, apparently. Wow. Forest plus Necromancer equals free win, chat. What a free win. Oh, what fun. Such a shame, cornered by my own game. And killed. Now tell me everything you know. He got wrecked real fast. I didn't realize he died right away because the dogs were still alive before him. Oh, please. You don't really think now's the moment I acknowledge your power and tell you all I know out of sheer respect to you? I'm dying here, you know. Not a great time for revelations, and besides, you killed my hounds, you bastard. You think I feel good about that? Don't confuse your motivations with mine. Hope you don't have this annoying habit of coming back to life unharmed, do you? As I lay here dying, a new body's already been made for me in the heart of the greatest black hole. So yes, I will be back. Don't think I'm that easy. He was pretty easy, chat. My hunt shall continue. There's no place in the universe where I wouldn't track you down. You don't have to make things so complicated. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not gonna hide. I actually feel better knowing you'll be wasting your time on me instead of destroying other worlds. I hear the sound of the horn and the barking of my loyal hounds. A new hunt begins. A new hunt. These guys are a real nuisance. They give me hope, though. They wouldn't waste their time on me unless I was a real threat to their goal. They got dumpstered. Blind Rage. When health falls below 20%, it may attack 4 times with twice attack. Ooh. 40% chance not to spend a healing potion upon use. Hero or his skeletons have a 20% chance of from a quick 3-attack combo instead of regular hit. Ooh. Yeah, let's do that one. Lightning fast, chat. Oh, we are retreating for sure. We're taking that victory. Let's see what we earned. What happened? Why the shocked face? Because they nearly tore it off. Still don't quite get how I ended up victorious. There, I think you underestimate yourself. No, I'm serious, that hunter. He had black holes for hounds. I think they can swallow a planet's whole. The hunter's weapon. The stars were dying behind me with his every shot. With all that power, he could destroy an entire galaxy. And I'm sure he's already done that a few times. I don't understand how I could have fought him evenly. Only now I realize I could say the same about the Lich and the Priestess. It's because you're the villain. It's okay. I know you're gonna be like the quote-unquote surprise Pikachu face, chat, when we find out the final boss is us. But we all know it's us. Let's all face it. That's why we have so many character classes. We live many lives, and one of us has decided that we are done with the universe, and we are done living these lives. So we have a part of us fighting ourselves. So it'll be us, but not really us, if I had to guess. Oh no, don't tell me this encounter broke your spirit. Just look, this place is becoming better. You really shouldn't give up. What are you talking about? It's quite the opposite. Feeling confident I will succeed. It's not just a coincidence. I have the power to fight this evil and a chance to beat it. Chance, you say? Well, you could say luck is on your side. Okay, so we're gonna acquire all those resources. Can we build anything new? Build the war camp, finally. Do I even need it, though? Like, it doesn't help the character I'm playing as. I guess we could see if the smelter's any good. Why don't we just purchase that? Over here, I guess. Oh, wait, it has to be adjacent to another thing? Oh, come on. It didn't say that. Oh, now that is BS. That is actually BS. I wouldn't have... Where does it say that this card is dependent on another card? Man. That is so stupid. So I can't build this now. I profoundly disagree with that. I really don't like that as a system. So yeah, I can't rebuild the smithy, chat, but I also can't build the smelter, so I'll never see what this does before I beat the game. That is really dumb. I'm just stating that is really bad. I don't know why that got through any kind of playtesting. Like it's one thing if it says like requires this. It says addition to the forge, but this is a smithy. Nomenclature, chat. That's like, I would not have thought it meant literally this card, because they're not called the same thing. So is there any way to get rid of this? I don't know if there is. I guess for now we just have completely useless thing. So that's dumb. I could get another watchtower. I don't really need it. Could build more forests just for more material if I really want to. Take a look at the supply list. Time here receives stable branches, 10% chance of getting more. +1 to max number of potions. Ooh. I might get rid of this. I might get rid of the +1 to max health. Just to get +1 potion. I think that's a better trade for me. That is so unfortunate, chat. Yeah, I don't really care about materials. Yeah, I wish I had more slots. I'm guessing there's a way to improve or do something else with these. I could make some of these 5 extras. I could dismantle them potentially in the future. So how do you break these down? Because now I just wasted a tile, which is really stupid. I could delete one of the buildings arbitrarily. Because it's not like I really needed any of those where they were. I just did it to extend our reach. So I'll hold on to it for now. We'll take a look at the profile image. Yeah, that looks like our character. I think that's safe to say, chat. The long hair, the robes, it's literally us. Very literally. We unlock anything new? Not really. Take a look at the random things here. But do I even want this with the skeleton? I don't think I do. I think I'd rather get the defensive options. But we'll keep Shield of Faith in this other one because they're defensive. Because I feel like once we get enough defense in general, we're fine. Like, Surveyor is not useful to us anymore. Second Thoughts is fine. Supplies is good for supply runs. Oblivion's also good. But it is what it is. 100% we're the bad guy. Agreed, chat. So let's, I think, conclude here. End on a high note. We beat Chapter 2. We beat Chapter 3. We beat Chapter 3 in basically one try, which is kind of gross. Like, the one time I actually wanted to go to the end, we instantly got to the end. There's a couple things where we're just experimenting to see how hard it was, and I did not really expect to reach the end, but man, I don't see why I would ever pick a character other than the Necromancer. So unless the other resources granted do something, I don't see how this character isn't the right choice every single time. Like, what does he have? He's the ability to split damage. He's got multiple targets, so he can just get free regen. He's got a magic shield, which ignores the only downside to doing desert, right? So he's got potential scaling health that will take you through basically all the way to the boss. We had like an additional 150 health. Because we're able to play desert, all the enemies had like 20 to 30 less % health by the time we got to the end of the run. Then we had Forest, so basically by the time they could even remotely kill one of the skeletons, we already summoned another one. And then we had so many max skeletons that we would summon the blocker, and the blocker would stall enough for 2 skeletons instead of just 1. So we were always plus in skeleton. Yeah, by far he's the best character. Like, he's so OP, chat, I'm not even bothering with defense or evasion percentage. Think about how stupid that is. Like, every other character, I'm like stacking those with regen while still focusing on damage. And like, this character is like, yeah, I'm just gonna be at like 400 health at the end of the game, which is like a third of what other characters would be at this point. And yeah, I'm just gonna win. So there's definitely a class imbalance. I don't know if it's fixed by the smithy upgrade that we can't get, that the game really needed to make clear could only be placed not only in the cardinal directions, but you also can't place it diagonally, which sucks. Which would have been fine. We would have been fine if that was the case. So a little bit disappointed with how you do the town building. I think that's probably the weakest aspect of the game from what we played so far. But I like the strategy of the cards. It's just unfortunate the Necromancer is the only correct choice. There's really no reason for me to pick another character. I think next time we play, we're going to beat the game. Maybe beating the game will give us an option to destroy parts of our village, because we'll realize we are God and we can unmake anything. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen. As you might have noticed in the menu, we're missing one option, so it could be a deconstruct, for example, which would make sense if we're God / the main villain, because the villain can deconstruct things. Though it checks out. Beat the game, fix the village. So hopefully that's the case. That's my hypothesis. But in any event, chat, I think we have done more than well enough. So we're gonna stop the recording here for YouTube. We'll talk a little bit longer on stream, but I think I also need food, as it is 4 o'clock and I have not had food today. So for the mercy of that, we're gonna say thanks to everybody that's been watching on YouTube or the VODs, and hope to see you again next time.